Man, I said that was not the right director for that character. I said that if you getting that director for that character, what he is gonna serve you up is a hot bowl of crap. That kind of humor, it don't fit that character, that kind of director. Talking about James Gunn and the reviews that I'm seeing for whatchamacallit, people not liking it. I'm not surprised. I could tell off top that shit was trash. Luis, what it do? Omar, what it do? Data. I knew off top that joint was trash. I could look at it like, nah, this not Superman. This is y'all trying to turn him into a Marvel character. Because the thing about that character that I think most guys that write for it may not realize until they doing it is you could do it good. You could do it great. And there are still people that are not going to like the character, you know? I think that about how Zack Snyder did him and how Richard Donner did him in the first movie because he only did one movie of Superman. The others was not Richard Donner. That's why you could kind of see there's a difference in Superman 1 and all the other ones after that, 2, 3, and 4. You could do the character as best as you can and do justice to the character. And there are still going to be people that really don't like it because they have the relationship with the character that Lex Luthor has with the character. That, oh, he's too good. He's too much of a Boy Scout. He's boring, right? It's the same underlying principle when you write for that character. So it looked like James Gunn tried to make him a bit more relatable, a bit more human, and a lot of themes that you don't even really get from a Superman comic. You know what I mean? And I figured you get that dude to do that character, and he's going to serve you up a hot bowl of garbage. Fly May, what it do? You hurt my feelings talking about Canelo. What I said about Canelo? Caesar, what it do? Luis Puente, que lo que, manín? Superman looked like a Disney character. Yeah, for real, bro. I'm not watching that joint, bro. What's your thoughts on saying? I mean, I don't say it. If somebody that do, that's on them. I think motherfuckers just say that shit because they be trying to be cool and all that. Like they trying like, I don't know. They have that word may seem exotic to them. You know? I just hear motherfuckers say that shit. Like when I hear Fat Joe say that shit, I'm like, that shit cringe, bro. I'll be honest, like, yeah, that shit cringe, bro. That shit sound crazy. But to each his own. You know, judge not lest ye be judged. All I know is I don't do that shit. What it do? Kids Sport. Harlem in the building. Chopped cheese sandwiches, yo. Get too loose in the chopped cheese, Too feezy. Popeyes. You already know. Yeah, like I don't really, that ain't my thing. You know, I see Teofimo be saying that shit. Teofimo fake from New York is the thing. And if you've been in New York or you lived in New York, you know that it's like no other part of the country. You know, you're going to see things in New York and hear things in New York that you don't really see nowhere else. That's one of them, you know. But like I said, that's not something that I practice. That's not something that I do. We get too loose. You know what I mean? Caesar, what it do? Yeah, Ryan say that shit too, but ask Ray. Ray in New York right now. He know that New York is different from every other part of the country. It really is. Like, yeah, it is different. So certain shit that's normal in New York is not normal in other places, you know? Watching Ball fight Vargas and confirming what I thought about him. You know what I mean? To each his own. All I know is that Teofimo, you know, I don't really think you have a hood pass to be saying that shit. Ryan, I don't think you got a hood pass either to be saying that shit, but it's a free country. You can say what you want, and motherfuckers could feel and do what they want. I don't make the rules. Do you like Hairy Cat? My fave cat is Happy African Cat. I like it because... What? Bro, why are these weirdos always trying to talk to me, bro? What is that dude even talking about?
Uh, what the like? Oh, fly May 30 or whatever.
Yeah, like what? Like what he talking about? Harry Bush?
Oh,
What is he talking
no.
about, dog? Bro, how do people use their time for shit like this? I don't I don't understand. Like you don't got nothing better to do. You gonna ask me some uh, Ray, what you like Harry Bushes, bro? Or you like the head just pruned? Come
Nah,
on,
bro.
bro.
I don't like it, Harry. Bro. I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
You don't like that shit? You don't like the bush?
Nah,
It's the
nah,
bush
I'm
is
good.
coming back, bro. It's coming back.
And it could come back for your age demographic, bro. That's okay.
It's coming back for yours, bro. I'm old. I ain't even in the game. Most of the shit that's coming out ain't for motherfucker my age. It's coming out for y'all. Oh, he said he thought this was a sex channel. Yeah, it is. You right. It's a sex channel. When you come on here, you gotta have sex with all the panelists, Fly.
Nah. Leave me out of this.
It's a sex channel, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I seen Superman got some horrible ass reviews. I'm not surprised. That shit looked like some straight up CW. Brandon Green said, "Time to run back Taylor versus Serrano 1 and 2 to prep for the weekend." It's I love it, bro. I love that whole card. Like I said, like motherfuckers really think I be doing it on some virtue signaling shit. No, I do it because it's entertaining. It's entertaining. When all these dudes is being boring and not really fighting each other on the schedule that they should, you know the women gonna do it. They gonna throw down. They gonna fight. That's why I love it. New super. They ain't mixed, bro. It's not that it's mixed. It's that people that saw it said it was trash. It didn't really hit. And the only ones that's bigging it up is the people that got paid to say that. The paid content creators, the paid channels. Shit, even Rotten Tomatoes don't mean nothing no more. Even Rotten Tomatoes. Shout out to Santiago, student. For real, my guy. Student film ass Superman. For real. Y'all gonna bring me a lone hot dog and pita bread. What do you want me to do with this?
That to you, like, so you can like eat it, like, and like a hot.
Bruh. Lone hot dog, y'all.
You just gonna eat it like that too? You eat
I'm a
that dry?
Yeah, because I be trying to up my protein intake, so I'm like a vacuum cleaner. Whatever somebody else don't eat, I'll eat it. You know what I mean? So if they
So
made something,
no condiments on it or nothing, bro?
nah, bro. Like that's how I get my protein. Like aside from the meals that I prepare, yo, whatever's around, if you leave a cheeseburger there, or you leave a chicken tender there, or something is going on, yeah, I'm gonna eat that shit, bro. I am gonna eat that shit. Hope. That's how we rocking. You gotta get your protein where you can, bro. You know
You
what I
right.
mean?
I'm not getting it from dry glizzies, but I'm gonna get it somewhere.
You get it from that bush, bro. Come on. Come on. You know what I'm saying? For real shit. That fucking Superman movie look ass cheeks. Mm-mm-mm.
I'm
So what
giving
you
it a
think?
shot. Giving it a shot. Bro.
You gonna give it a shot, bro? For real? You better
Yeah.
than me. You better than me. At this age, I don't got time to waste on some shit. I know I ain't gonna like. You know what I mean? What you think about Juicy Eddie, bro?
Who the fuck
Juice
is that?
Crew. You ain't heard what?
Oh.
You ain't heard what
Yeah.
happened?
Yo, cause I thought you were talking about Hearn for a second. I was about, is this about to be some gay shit about Hearn I'm hearing
No,
about?
no, 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 no,
But
no. Juicy Eddie, bro.
I
Juice Crew.
hey look, man. One fighter, cool. Two fighters, all right. When we get to like, was it? I heard someone say 7, bro. I was like, damn.
Cause they counting Ryan, but Ryan wasn't with him when it happened. So it's like
It,
you can't really count Ryan. He was
he's
with
not,
Derek.
and I heard that from and BDA said the same thing, so I can't count him. But I thought about it, and I was like, I remember a while ago. I want to say this was like right after the Campbell fight, right? He had a video with like one of his little videos that he does with another YouTuber, right? And I remember I was like, damn, you just fought. Like, why you look like that? You look kind of not even just out of shape. Like you got some titties, bro. I don't know what's going on over there. And I thought maybe he's just fat or something. Like it's a weird level of fatness I haven't seen before. And then he popped.
I mean, everybody knows what I think about doping in the sport of boxing. Everybody knows. What do you think about that shit, dog?
I'll be real. If you see me point it out, it's low key for the jokes. At this point, for the
Mm.
most part, it's low key to make jokes because it's like, or you know what it is. If I'm pointing out, it's for jokes or it's to point out somebody else's like hypocrisy about it. But besides that, I don't really care. Like
When you hear about it, I guess, I mean, because you see what people are saying that, oh, Eddie Reynoso needs to be investigated, or I seen people say things like, oh, well, he should be run out of the sport. What do you think when you see people say things like that?
to say that in a sport that Victor Conti and Memo Heredia work with probably a lot of fighters. I don't know how much Memo works with because he's kind of
He
more
worked
low
with a
key,
lot
but
of fighters.
but
Trust
it's
me.
like for guys like that, like they would probably have to go first. I'm not. What am I targeting Eddie for? Like Eddie,
I,
like I mean Eddie Reynoso. Well, I don't know if you said her, but yeah, Reynoso.
yeah,
Like yo, you got 7 guys. Conti might have like maybe 50, maybe if I'm being generous.
low 50s, right? Low 50s, low 60s, high 50s, yo. Leo, what do you think about Juice Crew, bro? What you think
I
about the
haven't
Juice
saw
Crew,
your
bro?
video, but I saw what Rodriguez that Rodriguez was caught. Listen, dude. I am of the opinion that most of the just like you, most of the guys are on the juice, but you cannot be fucking up that bad and don't get any consequences because at this point it's really flagrant. Like what one of the other guy is getting caught. So yeah, if someone says you okay, Eddie Reynoso, you have to go, I don't blame you. I don't know if that's gonna fucking work, but at this time your cycle better, motherfucker. What the
Yeah,
fuck, dude? How many guys? We are talking about Munguia.
It's a lot. Like, it's Munguia, it's Julio Cesar Martinez, it's Canelo, obviously,
Luis Neri.
Oscar, Luis Neri, well, not Ryan, Luis Neri, Oscar Valdez, right? Y ahora este tipo Rodriguez, Francisco Rodriguez, and it's like, yo, dog, what the fuck, bro? Like, what's going on over there? Like, I ain't even mad if y'all doping, but yo, you making the block hot now. You know what I mean? Like, you making the block hot.
Maybe do they all have the same strength and conditioning coach?
They might.
I'm not passing the buck on Eddie, but it's like, yeah, man, it is kind of suspicious. Well, like no bullshit.
Kind of Julio.
Yeah, just a tad. You know, who really knows?
The problem is every once in a while boxers can afford to say, look, dude, maybe it was some contamination, maybe someone was setting me up, something like that. Even if nobody believes them, you can at least say that. But dude, after 5 of your guys got caught in the same, you cannot really. Oh no, it was the carnitas. I bought a fucking taco.
Ay, mamá, lo que Francisco just started working with him. It's the same as the Munguia shit. Que Munguia limpio hasta que trabaja con Eddie.
I think it's how it works.
Devontae, what's your perspective on doping in the sport of boxing first? Because it's really a 2-part question. I know that different people have different opinions on doping in boxing. What is your opinion on doping in boxing?
I think 99% of athletes, not just in boxing, in all professional sports, are doping. Let's start there. If you at the top of the professional sport, you're doping. With this situation, I'm on a different stance with it because now it's becoming a trend for me. I feel like VADA is picking and choosing who they want to release. I think the dude was juicing. I do think he was juicing. But I think they're picking and choosing who to release. And I think they're coming at the Reynoso camp. I'll say this. If Canelo knocks out Crawford in September, he'll get an adverse finding in this test.
Whoa. Jason, what's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on doping in the sport of boxing? And when you see people say things like, oh, Eddie Reynoso needs to be investigated or he needs to be run out of the sport, what are your thoughts on people that say things like that?
Well, my thoughts on doping are kind of, not to be a broken record, are kind of similar to what I've heard so far. It's that everyone's doping to some extent. Now, some athletes who are at a higher level and have more access to things, maybe getting that unfair advantage, like you have access to the super duper drugs, but everyone's doping on some level. Do I think Reynoso needs to be run out of the sport? Yes, but not because of some moral grandstanding, but because, bro, you've gotten so sloppy with this shit that it's like it's become an embarrassment now. It's getting embarrassing now.
That's a good perspective, that they shouldn't run you out of the sport because you're doping, but because you're getting caught. That's yeah. Undefeated.
Pendejo.
Doping in the sport of boxing. Do you even give a shit?
Is that for me?
Yeah.
It's to the point where I really don't care, bro. I want them to be more honest about it. Terrence Crawford, you on it. Shakur, you on. Devin Haney, you're on it. I don't know why, because you hit like a bitch. Who else? David Benavidez, your fat ass is on it. Just be honest about it. Just be honest.
It's because, and the reason, we've been over this, that I think the reason that they're not on, because if it's that widespread, the question then becomes, well, if everybody's doping, why aren't they just being fucking honest about it instead of this witch hunt and this production? And it's because, look, some guy go in there and get his fucking brain beat in, right? And it come out, yo, these motherfucker was doping that for them. Lawsuit, right? Lawsuit. Yo, this shit too dangerous, yo.
I wouldn't even say lost. Yeah, it's that. It's that right there, because it's like, as much as people will probably say some shit like, yeah, bro, that shit that I saw back in the day with Pride, I would want that in America. Yeah, a lot of Americans, like the what's it called? All the people that run the stuff over here, like the sanctioning bodies and the sporting, I forgot what they're called for each state. My
commissions.
Yeah, the commissions and stuff. Yeah, unless you're like in Florida, they do not want that shit there, bro. That a dude damn near dying because he got his ass beat. It's already a bad look. If you find out that dude was on the John Pascal cocktail, yeah, bro, that shit's getting shut down. That store's not going to survive that long.
I had a dude try to tell me that, oh, you saying everybody doping because the Eddie fight is getting popped. If you go to the last video I did, I pinned the comment. He's like, you better than that. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers need to grow up. I already know why you said that, because you don't like that I said I think Devin is doping. Because he one of them dudes that's obsessed with Devin, that want to have sex with him. Like, Brody, yeah, I think Devin doping. I think everybody doping. What you not understanding? I think my favorite fighters are doping. I think everybody doping, bro. You know why? Motherfucker out here kill each other for a few thou. So you don't think a motherfucker will pop a little syringe for a couple mil? Grow the fuck up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think Devin doping, but not everybody. And I said this already. Everybody need different shit. For a fat motherfucker like Devin to fight at them low man ass weights, he probably taking a diuretic or something. Now he probably gonna get some shit so he can hit hard, because he hit like a bitch. But before, yeah, when he was at 35, yeah, I'm pretty sure you were on some kind of weight cutting agent, because there's no way you was just making that weight on the strength. You walk around 160 something, probably 170 something, bro. To then boil down to either 135 or 140. Nah, you not doing that by yourself. No. Fuck out of here, bro. That's crazy. Shout out to Mr. Calderon. Y'all really think Eddie is sticking needles in the back of a dirty locker room? Wouldn't these fighters go to a scientist that knows how to cheat? Te lo voy a decir, manín. I can't say where I got it from, but that's literally what Angel doing. I just can't say where I got it from. Eso es lo que Memo está haciendo. You think that they got like a laboratory? Y ahí está Bill Nye, the science guy, y Neil deGrasse Tyson está ahí, and like, nah, they doing this shit like on some. Yeah, go to the bathroom, put this in your ass.
That's how they don't. That's how you don't get caught. Like Victor Conte had a whole system in the lab going, and guess what? He got caught.
You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker got a bad cave and it's monitors and shit and DNA strength. Like, nah, it ain't like that. They go in the bathroom, they put the shit in their ass, and that's it. Somebody do have a lab where these things are being manufactured. Yeah, there's a lab, but that ain't where the boxers is at. Now the boxers is sticking a needle in their ass. That's what it is. You know?
A lot of the snack fighters, this is my thing though with the snack fighters. They be the loudest ones when somebody get busted. But why haven't none of them popped yet? Is because you with Victor Conte. Victor is associated with Vada. You know
That I was gonna
that.
say Victor is eating out Margaret Goodman. I already know what it is. He tonguing that cooch down, keeping shit quiet, yo. You know what I'm saying?
He do got that flavor saver.
Yeah,
Bro,
didn't they literally have like something where they said like
That's fucking crazy.
Vada just at a certain point wasn't even
Touching on
talking
this
about
lady's
PBC
clit
results?
so he can continue to cheat.
Motherfucker be 12 in the afternoon smelling his beard and shit.
I mean, man, you spend a couple years in the federal penitentiary, you'll be
Jerking off
surprised
and
at what you'll
shit.
do.
No, te lo voy a decir. You know what it is? It's look, Vic. You gotta imagine how much money you getting off of that, right? Like, yo, I'm getting 10,000. I'm let's see, 10,000, 20,000, right, for the good gear that I be supplying, right? I can't have somebody fucking that up. I'm getting that from several fighters. I can't have somebody fucking that up, so I gotta go down on Margaret. You know, I gotta do what I gotta do, and that's not that Margaret ain't even half bad looking if you Victor's age. Like, yeah, that's good.
Devin walks in on him giving her a sponge bath.
Or he walks in on her giving him a sponge bath, bro. You never know.
No,
Shit is
Devin
crazy.
does. He's taking notes for his next bitch. Like,
Yeah, no, Devin gonna sit down and jerk off and you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I mean, like the focus is that look, there are people out here, right, in the regular world, not the sporting world, they killing each other for a few hundo, for a few thousand. So the idea that people go to great lengths for the money that you see in boxing, yeah, that's common sense, bro. If the difference between me getting a couple $100,000 or $1 million is a little needle, yeah, sign me up. Shit, give me two.
When I was little, I saw my uncle smoking, and I told him, "Hey, you know, cigarettes give you cancer." And he's like, "If I go to work tomorrow and get hit by a car, I could die." We just saw fucking Jen Suzuki lose what 3-6 weeks of memory.
That
Nobody
motherfucker lost
batted.
three years of his life, bro.
Nobody said shit. Like
We laughed. We was
we were making horrible ass jokes.
like
fucking Jason, the one that said, "Yo, Jim probably woke up talking about, you know, we should fight Brian Norman."
Nah, what's it called? He woke up and he was like, "Yo, let me take a trip to Atlanta so I can call him out real quick, bro."
So it'll happen. It's boxing. I mean, I hate to say it. I hope it doesn't happen, but it's a combat sport.
Yeah, like the thing is that I guess people look at it as being barbaric when not realizing it. Look, I heard about a cop out here. When I first moved out here, was a cop out here. First day on the job, she got shot, died. First day on the job, no cap, not made up. She died first day on the job. See what I mean? There was a video earlier this week about a kid got locked up. It was a mom and her daughter coming from a Drake concert, crossing the street. The video was out. It's kind of horrifying. Dude, bang. That's life, bro. So don't make it like boxing is this brutality that, oh, this is just a sharp deviation from the no, this is life. Shit happens. I'm sorry, but yeah, shit happens. You could just as easily die as a firefighter as you could as a boxer. You could just as easily die as a cop as you could as a boxer, rock climber. It's all type of crazy shit that people doing. Yeah, yo, unfortunately, you know, shit happens. You know, shit happens. Chico said the moan on Baumgartner relay episode was egregious. That's what I'm trying to be, yo. I'm trying to be egregious. You know what I mean? And yeah, so it just is what it is. That's why I always say that boxing is the ultimate microcosm for life. Some guys go in there, take a bad beating, but they be all right. They rebounding. You know, some guys don't. You know, some guys end up like Nick Blackwell, where they live, but they don't live the same. So it just is what it is, man.
So remember the Cuban Mike Perez?
Yeah.
Bro, what he did to that heavyweight, I forgot his name, Makhmadov, or it's one of those weird names, but he legit vegetable his ass.
Turn him into a fucking a stalk of parsley, bro. You see what's going on? Matias killed the motherfucker, and we still about to watch him. It's not funny. It's not funny.
Pritchard Colon, bro.
Right? And who was it that beat up Pritchard Cologne? Who made him that way?
Nah, he didn't beat him up. Let's be real. That motherfucker cheated for 12 rounds or however long that shit went.
But who was it
Tiger
that
Johnson.
did Tiger John? That was Tiger Johnson.
No,
No,
different Tiger
fuck
Johnson.
no.
Different Tiger Johnson.
Okay.
No, that's
Oh.
it's his name. It's his name, but it's a different Tiger Johnson, not the one you're thinking of.
Right. But the shit I'm saying is, look, Matias got a whole body on his resume, right? We still about to watch him. Kovalev had a whole body on his resume. Motherfuckers still watch him. I'm not condoning or condemning. I'm saying, Brody, we got to stop pretending that we're something that we're not. I'm not Sally Struthers. You see what I mean? I'm not going to sit here. I don't want that to happen to guys. Feel me? I don't want nobody to end up like that. But it does happen. And even though it happens, people still tune in.
Well, the boxers know the risks. I mean, what we supposed to feel sorry for them?
I'm ambivalent about the whole thing because I'm the kind of person I want everybody to win in a way. I want everybody, like, Leah, you got your ass beat, but you made some money, right? Go get some pussy. I want you to have a great day. I want everybody to have a great day. But the reality is, like, yeah, fucked up shit happens. I wish it didn't, but yeah, fucked up shit happens. What can I do?
It does seem like, however, that if they are ever gonna do something about PEDs, that's what it's gonna take. Like a bunch of boxers just dying after fights where dudes pop dirty.
I mean,
Bro,
I'm of
right.
the opinion that because they have a physically demanding profession, it should be regulated. Not even as a solution for the PED problem, because it's not a solution. It's kind of like the gun control argument that more gun control laws only equals more gun crime. Whereas you notice in the states where the laws are more laxed, there's less gun crime. So I'm not saying regulate PEDs so that you could stop the PED problem. I don't think it would go anywhere, but it'll make it safer for the boxers. If they know, yo, dog, he's on some shit. He's on fucking super duper aspirin, bro. His fucking arm is this big, right? All right, so let me get some fucking meldonium so I can handle that. Feel me? Let me get some fucking. I'ma just pop mad Ritalin before the fight, right? Whatever, right?
Or at the very least, you can be like, oh, he's on that shit. Well, won't fight him.
Also, like, what's it called? The shit that I see people get popped for, like, like you said, a lot of time it's diuretics, or it's just like, oh, this shit just lets you work out a bit longer. And then I look at the fight, I'm like, yo, bro, that dude would have beat the shit out of you regardless. His training might have been a bit more ass, but he would have probably still fucked you up. Like, especially for like the real bad fuck ups, like the one that will happen to Galal, you're fine. Look, bro,
Right.
I could throw a dartboard at an aggressive Mexican. That probably would have happened to you, bro. Sorry.
Because I'm not trying to be fucked up, but I never thought Galal was. Yo, he only looked good one time, and that was with Sonny Edwards to me. That's the only, and that was only because Sonny wasn't Sonny no more.
It was cloudy.
Jesus.
Overcast Edwards.
Cloudy Edwards.
Maybe you're joking. Why didn't I think of that?
Yo, I'm glad. I hope Sonny don't watch this channel no more because he used to come on here.
Damn.
Yeah, y'all, you fucked up.
He said worse shit before.
But yeah, it's like I never was impressed with Galal when he got his ass beat. I was not surprised. I felt like, yo, that's gonna happen because you like your brother. You like Cal. You alright. Your exes and this is what I think about Galal. Your X's and O's are okay, but as a physical specimen, I don't trust you. And it's a lot of that though. That you got guys, they X's and O's is actually okay, but physically, you a guy that's gonna get outmatched. Like I'm worried about Hamza for that reason, right? That I think he's a better boxer than Edgar. I think he's a better boxer, better jab, better X's and O's, all that type of shit. But if he crack your ass one time, yeah, you might go out. And that's what I kind of think about Galal. They're like, well, you was gonna get your ass beat anyway, not for nothing, bro. Come on.
No,
It's
he was
weird,
British
like-
and Pakistani. He was getting cooked.
It's weird. I've seen like a lot of British guys, and it's like the ones that I see that adopt a kind of more, I want to say, like aggressive approach, like they want to come at you. They seem like they're like prime food for any Mexican guy. Like it just never fails, bro. Like, hey, bro, you want to be aggressive? Congratulations, you can't be more aggressive than that guy.
And you know what this shit is? I think it was Beats that said it. Shout out to Beats, whose channel I still love. I think he said it boils down to the sparring. a lot of the guys in the UK, they sparring dudes from, fucking Yugoslavia and shit, Estonia, right? They dude from Essex or whatever, right? Dude from over here in Dublin. They don't get the chance to spar Mexicans. Americans do. Like, yeah, you go to any fucking gym in America, there's gonna be Mexicans in there, you can spar them. And he said that throws the British guys off because they not used to seeing that style, under the hot lights. When they get in the hot lights, it throw them off. So it's like, yeah, I could see that. Because, I mean, really, if you in a gym in the UK, what are the odds you going to bump into a broncolada? What are the odds?
Julius.
Yeah, they need to build a Home
I
Depot
told you
in the
that.
UK.
Leo said that shit. Leo said that shit.
You need to go to a pub.
Now we need to build Home Depot in the UK. We need like sticks.
I'm in enough fucking trouble over that fucking episode. You better cut that shit out. I'm in enough shit. Motherfuckers is mad at me. Go ahead, Leo.
As long as it's mad at you and nobody else in the panel, because those are your takes. They are not mine. No, I hope nobody in the fucking panel.
What about a home improvement? I mean, a home improvement.
You're gonna go on that boat alone, Julius.
Nah, I ain't saying nothing.
Okay. I understand what you're saying, Julius, but it's the same shit with the Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Yeah, maybe you were going out. Maybe you weren't the best physical specimen, but you did shit. Because you weren't looking at that. When Chocolatito was schooling you in that time, you didn't look nothing special. You went against Jafai and Pop Dirty. Now you're looking like a killer. Wow.
Yeah.
So I understand, but that doesn't exempt Rodriguez from accountability about that shit.
Lo que yo estoy diciendo es, depending on your perspective on what's going on in doping, what's going on in boxing as it pertains to doping, you may not get mad. I may not look at Francisco and say, ay, tú eres malo. No haga eso. No haga what, bro? What the whole fucking sport is doing? Should I be mad? Brody, I think your fire's on something.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be bad, but I'm going to be critical about your next performance. Because if you start looking like shit after this, I'm going to know. You were doping for a while.
Yes.
No.
And now
it's a gray area. Like, it is a gray area. And I asked that question before. What percentage of a fighter's performance should we attribute to the banned substances that they're taking? Because it's not like you pop Osterin and all of a sudden you know how to throw a fucking jab. Right? It's not going to make you a better boxer. The most it can do is make you a better physical specimen. But okay, how much of your performance relies on you being a better physical specimen? You can't say that shit about Devin.
Yeah.
That dude sucks as a physical specimen.
He knows his boxing, but he cannot take a punch. Yeah.
I would say this. It's like if they were to fight a second time and it looks kind of like, damn, like Galal Yafai is kind of like easily overpowering you. That's a problem.
But now we know, before I pass it off, that Kenshiro Taraji would have whooped his ass. Because that's what that was for. For his mandatory. That was for his mandatory.
Oh, good lord.
Yo, don't play.
No. I'm not saying Kenshiro wouldn't beat. I'm saying like that's a bad idea. I don't know who thought that was. Hey, let's put him again.
And Kenshiro got a big ass head. Kenshiro got a big ass head, Galal. You wasn't gonna knock him out. Nah, that dude head is wow big, bro. He's small, but that dude head is like for real, like a slab of concrete, bro. Like,
why was that the idea though? Like, out of all the champions you could target.
Like,
because he's hittable.
He's for play.
Yes, I agree with the reason they would target Taraji is because he is hittable. That's one takeaway you could take away from any one of his fights. He is hittable. His defense is not great, but yours better be, because he's gonna come at you. And he's not a small flyweight either. He's not a small flyweight.
I would still like to see that fight.
I would say what?
Galal and fucking Kenshiro?
Yeah,
nah.
they're gonna try and beat each other up.
Do you hate Galal?
That would be a fun fight. I don't give a fuck.
I would say Galal versus Osagawa. That would probably be better, or like more even anyway.
Shout out to Chico Link. And where did you find different moans, bro? I go on
Don't
all
ask
the
questions you don't want
sites,
to
bro.
know the answer
Yeah,
to.
you don't want. Yeah, you don't want those answers, bro. You don't want those answers. So, shout out to
No,
incest porn.
Drew, in the internet there is a lot of porn. You
It's a
might
lot.
you might find it if you look at a little bit.
It's a lot. You know what
I
I'm saying?
agree with you about PEDs, but I just think there's something there's got to be something that can be done about this lie. It's okay to lie if there's no consequence. You know what I mean? Or it's okay to cheat and be immoral if there's no consequence. There's got to be some sort of karmic
No.
justice.
I saw a possible solution to this that I actually kind of agree with. Like immediate 4-year ban on the trainer and the boxer. Like, okay, you're done 4 years.
Damn.
As soon
Nah.
as you make it that
Wow.
fucking serious, you will see that shit stop.
Yeah.
Nah.
But a lot of the times it really isn't the trainer. It's the strength and conditioning coach. Like, a
Yeah,
lot
because
of
I was
Wait.
going to say that. How do we establish culpability on the part of the trainer? Because you can't just say, "All right, he trains you. All right, it's his fucking fault." And
He's
like,
in the camp.
Also,
like, in a
another
certain
thing,
camp,
are we
like-
saying this is like in a certain country? Like, are you saying like, oh, the U.S. Commission or the British Boxing Board of Commission is going to ban you? Because
all of them have to do
realistically,
it. Like,
oh, that's not
that's
happening.
Yeah,
that's
no,
not going to
that's
happen.
why.
That's how Imam Katayev was out here fighting like
Yeah.
3-4
It's
times.
kind of like when Freddie Roach had all them fighters, but Manny was with Justin Fortune, was it? Or
Fortuna, yeah.
yeah,
Justin
the Manny Shakes, bro.
Y oye la vaina, que el mamagüevo de Ryan. That's who he hired, bro. Before the fucking Rolly fight, he hired Justin Fortune. It's like, they do it in your face, bro. Que mira, if you pay attention, toda esta gente están usando vaina. All of them, bro. Don't be fucking naive,
Bro, what a coincidence that Benavidez fires Memo and then he hires him back after he looks like shit.
Tú lo viste que se cansó in the second half of the fight. He got tired. He was laying on the ropes. What a coincidence. Este tipo never had a fucking... The only six-pack he ever had was a case of fucking Coronas, right? The moment he hires Memo, he's fucking shredded, bro. Six-pack. And what you want me to... You want me to believe that's from what? Tofu? Chicken and Tupperware and shit, bro? It's very fucking obvious what's going on, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfucker got titties shaking and shit.
For real. Shout out to Virtuoso. On X, people are tweaking over Morel's opponent popping dirty and getting an IBA ban thinking New York give a shit about it. Fight isn't canceled. No, y la otra vaina, Virtuoso. Is it my imagination or wasn't David Benavidez accusing David Morel of doping? He was accusing him of doping.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, y'all.
And I think he's on diuretics.
Yeah, like that's why I can't get mad off of that. I can't look at Francisco and say, ay, tú eres malo, no haga eso. Don't do what? What the whole fucking sport is doing? That's what they all doing. The fuck? And that's why I make it a point to say, I'm not trying to shit on your favorite fighter. I'm telling you I think your favorite fighter's doping and mine. I think they all are. The fuck else I'm supposed to say? Shit.
You know, there was a time where Canelo got popped or whatever. This motherfucker has always had hair. And then one day he pops out fucking bald. Like, bro, what were you hiding, bro? Where were you running from?
No, verdad, tú ves que el pelo se le está cayendo el muchacho. Pero también, in fairness, his brother is fucking bald, bro.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true.
He is, I'm just, but it could be steroids because steroids do cause hair loss. I remember reading that they cause hair loss. So it's just, look, there was a time when Canelo popped for the clenbuterol, I was naive, I was naive in the sense that, oh, you're bad, Canelo. Don't fucking do that. And then it's like, wait a minute. Roy popped in 2001. James Toney was using steroids. Everybody know Evander Holyfield was using steroids. I heard Tommy Morrison was using shit. You feel me? So we going back now. So I'm like, wait a minute. If this many motherfuckers from back then and motherfuckers is using shit now, why don't we just stop being little kids about the shit? All these motherfuckers is doping, bro.
Are we supposed to
still looking for the guy who was responsible for that adverse finding? Okay, so
wait, it's not Canelo's Irish genes that's causing hair loss.
I mean, it could be.
So are we supposed to believe that TBE was never on it then, or what?
That's what I'm saying. I think, and you know, him and Manny never popped for a banned substance. Neither of them. The most they could say about Floyd is he had a suspicious IV, but he never got caught for a banned substance. But you asked me, was that dude doping? Yes. The fuck? Him and Manny? Yes. And Marquez and Shane. They all was doping, bro. They all was doping.
Yeah, they think
Although I
that
will
Floyd,
say,
they think that Floyd extended his career by a decade by just running after clubbing all night. Like, he just
For
went on a
real.
jog after being at the club. You don't get it.
Shane was doping, juice to the gills in that Margarito fight. That Margarito got caught cheating.
Yeah, like motherfucker, it's idol worship that motherfuckers really don't want to grow up and admit. Yo, it's grimy out here, bro. What you want? It's grimy out here, bro. Boxing is a dirty ass sport.
It's a wild, wild west, bro.
Floyd did Pilates.
For
You
real,
ever-
he did yoga. That's why he was out here.
And did a
that
cold
no,
plunge every
Manny
morning.
could not be on steroids because he's afraid with needles. You know, with all those
with
tattoos.
with tattoos. Hey, you remember when people would ask you that stupid ass question like, "Hey, would you get in the ring with Mike Tyson for $1 million?" You're like, "Hell yeah!" Now imagine if Eddie offered you like 4 or 5. Like,
That's
I'm
what I'm
getting
saying. Motherfuckers is murking each other out here for way less than that. So it's like, yeah, these fighting ass motherfuckers is going. If that's the difference between getting that money, hell yeah, they gonna do that. That's common sense, bro. Give a fuck. So I don't really feel anything about the doping thing. The most that I will say about it is, to me, it is an inconvenience. Because then they got to do the production. You got to hear the lofty explanation. The commission has to say something. It wasn't me. I didn't knowingly. Every sentence starts the same fucking way. I didn't knowingly and just.
I've always been a clean athlete.
Okay.
Right.
At this point, you can get the speech written by Chat GPT. Like
Basically,
yeah.
shit.
Copy
You
paste.
know,
Yo, but
copy and paste, bro.
7 is fucking crazy though. Like, come on, Eddie. Fuck.
That's a lot.
like I
But
said
fellas,
earlier.
I had a question.
No, but y'all should hear what Devontae said before y'all got here. Devontae, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Tell him what you said about the
Yeah.
VADA shit and why does Eddie's guys keep getting popped?
I think they keep getting popped before the Canelo fight because it's creating speculation. If Canelo knocked Crawford out, I bet you there could be an adverse finding. I mean, to me, it was like, okay, all the guys who cutting a lot of weight, Devin, Shakur, y'all all on snap. Okay, Victor Conte, you in charge of, well, you ain't in charge, but you got dealings with VADA. That's like putting a known bank robber in charge of a bank.
Exactly.
Is that why you have witness protection voice? Because you know all this?
No, I just use my brain, bro. Like at first, I was like, okay, VADA is just basically is a weapon. Is a weapon, and you like, okay, you see Bill Haney on X. So you got to sign up for 365. Well, you probably know when you about to get tested.
Yo,
Who's providing you
Bro,
with the
this
stuff?
is like when the news blurs someone's face. That's what
Yeah.
He talking about your mic. Julio being a
Oh,
dickhead.
Julio's been a dickhead the last week and a half.
What I was
dying.
going to say, I believe that all the different guys that provide PEDs to boxers, they're tantamount to services, right? Snack is the premium shit. If you sign up for the snack package, you going to know when they're going to test you. You get a complimentary fucking hand job whenever you need one, and you
They
get
give
the
you a
best
calendar for the test.
Right, they give you a fucking cat calendar. You could jizz all over it. You get the best pets that in the shit. The snack package. And then you got guys like Angel, other guys, Dominic Engel, other guys, Justin Fortune, so on and so forth. But I believe that, that's what it really is. And I maintain that anti-doping in the sport of boxing, it's not about cleaning it up. It's about blackmail. That's what that is. Blackmail. Yo, if you throw us a few thousand, nobody know about this test.
Yeah, it's like Epstein shit. Like and nobody can snitch because if one of us snitches, then we all get exposed.
So are you saying they have blackmail on Devin Haney and Diddy in Victor Conte's office?
He's on the Epstein list, bro. Devin Haney is on the Epstein list.
He's in the Diddy pool, bro. You know what? Talking about Victor, He's in Vegas, right? I think.
Yeah,
I
Victor
think.
Conti.
Victor's
Yeah.
Victor, Bay Area.
Oh, the Bay
Oh, okay,
Area.
okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay, okay.
Balco. How the fuck did this motherfucker within like an hour knew what Clarissa had in the system when she got popped?
No es verdad, no es
Yeah.
posible. Margaret, he's going down on Margaret. Margaret's fucking going crazy. She's squirting on every fucking thing. She's telling everybody's business, bro.
Thank you for putting that fucking image
Nah,
in my
Yeah,
head.
there's video of
I had
her.
a boxing question though. Being that
So you saying he got a tongue in to extract information? I get it.
I'm
Yeah,
telling he's
she has
espionage, bro.
she
Who
has
do
a
you guys
secret video
think-
of him spanking her with a paddle.
Jules and Panel, who do you guys think Ray Ford could fight now that Cacahuate pulled out?
Se jodió,
Um,
caca mierda, se jodió.
Sugar Nunez.
Why?
He's not, bro. I mean, I love that fight, bro. No te la pierda. I love that
I
fight.
know.
Pero that's
Not enough
that's a
time.
tough. The thing is, that's a tough fight for both. Stylistically, Ray has the right style for the job, but not the experience at the weight. He hasn't been at that weight very long. And in a very general sense, este tipo es una pesadilla, bro. That dude is Nunez is a fucking nightmare, bro. Like
He's
that
gonna
dude-
give you all you can handle.
yeah, like
It's just
he's,
Nick Ball at 130.
you know,
He's like one of the. He fights like
No,
one of the
he's-
plagues.
he's better than Nick Ball in terms of pressure fighters. I think he's
Yeah.
better than Nick Ball. I like
I
his
agree with
variety of
that.
punches better. I like his variety better. You just don't like Nick Ball, bro. I don't know what that little motherfucker did to you, but you just
Bro,
don't
'cause
like
I
that
started
little
looking. I
motherfucker.
was starting to watch some of the fights. I was like, damn, like I remember I watched the Ray Vargas fight the first time. I was like, all right, I'm pretty sure I gave Ray at least the entire first half of the fight. And then I think I gave Nick Ball parts of the other half. And now I started looking through again. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker did not do a single clean thing in this fight. Like
Let's
the way
be-
he got in, he
let's be
grabbed the
honest.
back of his neck to even get close.
Let's be honest. None of those
No, fuck
knockdowns.
Ray.
I fuck with Nick Ball, by the way. I like the dirty shit. Everybody knows that about me. But being real, Ray won that fight.
Yeah, I actually rate Nick Ball relatively decently, but I agree with you. I thought he lost to Ray Ford for sure.
He should.
And
He
it's
should
like-
have. He should have won that fight.
And
No,
I'll give
look,
you the thing that's like,
Seven
go
five,
ahead.
yeah.
I understand that Nick Paul might not be the most skilled and maybe it's a little bit dirty in the ring, but fuck Ray Vargas, really, because if you're
Yeah,
fucking
fuck him.
look, if your bullshit is going in the ring and throw a jab and straight and maybe a couple of body punches and clinch after clinch after clinch, yeah, fuck you and your mother.
No, fuck it. No, también,
Crazy.
you shouldn't.
Ah,
I mean, like,
dang.
none of us should have to look at a guy like that. Like, that shit is wrong, bro. Like, y'all really gonna put this on TV, bro?
But
What the
also
fuck
to
wrong
the
with
For
y'all?
real.
to the judges, who are they supposed to score it for? The guy hugging the
He
other
should fight
guy,
the
or
rest of
guy
his career
trying
with
to-
his face
Whoa,
blurred.
let's not lie, bro. I was watching that fight. Ray Vargas was not hugging for a lot of that. He started hugging when he
Motherfucker.
started getting pushed to the ground and shit.
He was
Motherfucker
rubbing
look like
his
Zac
back.
Efron.
Misael said that all the greats back in the day were on pads. I heard that shit too, bro. I heard a lot of the legends. Not just the 90s era heavyweights, because I know that the 90s era heavyweights was juicing, bro. But I heard even in
yeah.
the golden era, they was juicing. I don't know how true it is, but I heard that.
Aaron Pryor
Well,
did
it wasn't
in the middle
illegal
of
at
the
the
fight.
time, so
Aaron
True.
Pryor
Who's
did
gonna
it.
test those motherfuckers? I don't know if it even got tests at that time to catch them.
Exactly. But
Aaron
because it
Pryor-
wasn't a thing yet.
Aaron Pryor took PEDs in the middle of a fight while it was happening against.
Shout
our-
out Shout out to Misael. Eddie ain't been paying his quota to Vada. Tú sabes lo que, puede ser una cosa así también. It could be something like that you supposed to pay Vada a monthly stipend to shut their ass up, and you missed a couple of payments, Eddie. Because Munguia, because Francisco, you fucking up, Ed. Fucking up.
I mean, those aren't his guys, though.
Munguia's his guy. What are you talking about?
Nah. That's what's it called?
Reynoso, bro.
Reynoso.
Oh, you said
bro.
Reynoso. My bad. Every single time
Yeah,
you keep saying
you
Eddie,
keep
I keep
thinking
thinking
I'm
Hearn,
talking
bro.
about Eddie Hearn. I'm talking about Eddie Reynoso, bro. Like, you gotta pay that. You gotta pay them. You know that light bill, bro. You gotta pay that Con Ed, bro. You know, you fucking up. Now I'll be right back after these commercial messages.
He
I'd
is
actually
right, though.
like
I
to-
am not a fan of ball. I'm not gonna lie.
I'd actually like to see Ford fight Lara. I think Lara moved up.
Bronco.
Oh, I don't know about that. Lara's been kind of like, from what I remember, he's been kind of ass. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
Well, he's
perfect
always
time to
been
make a
ass.
fight.
He's always been ass. He just hits really fucking hard, and you can't.
I think,
you finishes the
I
fight
think-
before you can tell.
I think he wasn't. Hasn't been the same since he got caught on the roids.
No, he didn't caught on roids. It
He
was
did. He popped
nah,
dirty.
you're talking about like recently?
Like
Yeah.
maybe last year he got caught and he
Nah, I
hasn't
think
fought
it
ever
was
since.
recent.
About a year ago, yeah.
A year ago, yeah, he
Oh
popped.
shit.
Wow, I did not know that. Oof.
Yeah, it turns out that he was doing the mitts with Eddie. Next thing you know, he popped dirty, bro. Nah, just
Nah, but seriously, like I'm just gonna say it again. If Eddie needs to go for no other reason, you keep getting caught, bro. Like either you fucking up or you missing some payments. Either way, fix that shit, man.
for real, you looking bad out here, bro. Shit. I'm thinking about putting everything I got on Canelo by knockout now. I need it.
I mean, you probably not for nothing. You probably should do that anyway, because
Yo, you know what's crazy? What if they're like, yo, we gotta scale back on this shit, bro. So we can't give you what you usually get, Canelo, bro. You gotta scale back. You can't, and you probably not gonna knock out Crawford now.
No, then I guess he just beats him up for 12 rounds. I just get more and more convinced that Canelo's got this as the weeks go on. Like,
Okay, but look, if you were talking about using pets and Psychonov, I bet that's a really difficult skill to have and to acquire, because yeah, you can learn the fundamentals and the science and in college and in a university, but actually apply it to an athlete, to different athletes, it must be hard, and you need someone very experienced and very good to do
Nah,
that.
bro. You would be surprised. The science is actually very accessible. Like it's just pharmacology. You could get a fucking in the United States at least, you could get a fucking 2-year degree in some shit like that.
Yeah, but if it was
it's literally
that
just
easy,
about
if there
You know how
was,
you guys
it's
were saying
knowledge.
that.
It's knowledge of medicine,
wait a minute.
basically. That's all
Wait
it
a
is.
minute. If it was that easy, nobody would be caught.
That's true, but at the same time, if your test is being watched over by the likes of like Victor fucking Conti, you might just not pass that shit at all, bro. Like he might be able to find something that you had in your system last year.
And we're also assuming that.
Do you see what I mean? That it's more than a fucking college degree. You need a lot of experience to play in that kind of game.
Well, you're assuming that
it's
the
like-
guys who are getting caught are also trained in it. They could just be guys with knowledge at shit at the gym. Like what?
Yeah,
what,
that's
what Jules
that's why
said.
I always
Do it
said-
in the locker room. Say, here, shove this in your
Okay,
ass.
but we were talking about Eddie Reynoso, Canelo Alvarez, all those motherfuckers. Those, if we were talking about top echelon guys, the guys that you should be having all the kind of the resources and all the people, these are the guys. So if they're fucking up, what else do you want for everyone else?
Well, Leo, it's like I said before. Like I used to say, these PED tests aren't like, oh, they aren't about finding who's cheating. They're about finding out who's stupid. Like, I'm beyond convinced that's what all these tests are. If not, fucking doling out money. Like, oh, you can't sue us. This is just to see who is retarded and who isn't.
Well, also those guys. I feel like those guys don't have Canelo's money either. I feel like I don't know. But
yeah,
you make
but
a very good point.
I don't think Eddie is doing bad. And
No, I know, yeah, but
the common factor here is Eddie. Something is happening in Eddie's gym.
Eddie's a plug, man.
it is possible that he kind of just like, I mean, he's not the only trainer there. This guy wasn't getting specifically trained by him. He's just at the gym. So it's possible he might just be like, even though you shouldn't, and I'm not giving this as an excuse, but he might just be lax there. He might just be like, no, the guys are coming in, they're doing whatever they're doing. That's not my problem.
That's what I'm saying. Like it really
Well,
could.
it is his problem.
It really could just be someone at their gym, like a strength conditioning coach,
Exactly.
Well,
and
Yeah,
they
but
just
they
don't.
can
They
still-
don't
still-
say anything.
They can still nutritionalize themselves outside the gym.
Okay,
well,
but
that's the
don't
thing, though.
forget
It's
that these
your
fu-
hang on. It's your fucking gym. You're the captain of the ship. Like, if something goes wrong, it's your ass. Even if it's not your fault, it's your ass.
Yup.
Okay, but guys, don't forget Canelo got caught with for pets. So this is not like oh yeah, this is it just on Eddie Reynoso's gym, because yeah, Eddie Reynoso's main fighter, that is Canelo, he got caught. So this is not just about someone that will be working on Eddie Reynoso's gym.
You're right,
Also,
Leo.
I
It's
wonder
that
if there's
slaughterhouse
also
in
a thing
Mexico.
in Mexico.
The slaughterhouse.
Also, I'm going to comment something that we talked about earlier, but Canelo's not going to pop dirty for this fight. You're not popping the moneymaker for boxing now. No,
Yeah, two times in a row, that's not happening.
Nope.
Nah.
So
We will see.
His brother might get kidnapped before he gets popped again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Genuinely good odds on that.
Yeah, and you know who else is on PEDs, but nobody really gives a fuck? Jake Paul. He is on PEDs.
No, yeah.
that's
He has
because
been,
he sucks
yeah.
even with the pens.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Jake Paul
Not worried about him.
he has probably been on PED since he was a teenager.
No,
I
verdad.
saw.
Because why
I
wouldn't
was I was watching the highlights, and I think it was like the third round. And this motherfucker huffing and puffing. I was like, oh shit.
No, pero también te lo voy a decir. Jake Paul, right? He got better, bro. He did. I'm not saying that for dramatic effect. He did get better. He putting his punches together. No, he got better. Like, not saying that, oh yeah, because he beat Chavez, this and that. No, but did he get better from the time he started? Yeah, I could see it. Like, he got better. I don't think he gonna win a title off nobody,
No.
but he got better.
Yeah, that's a
You got better
participation.
you got better in the same, not on a contender level, not even close. But yeah, you improved from
He
your
can
low
win
level.
a bar fight, Leo. He can win a bar fight.
Yeah, he can win. For me, saying that Jake Paul cannot fight, like at all, that's crazy. He can fight. Now, he can fight professional boxer. He can win a title against Badu Jack. No. I don't.
Nice jump shot. It's not NBA level.
Jay kills him. And Zurdo, he probably kills him too.
No, he kills him. They both kill him. Shout out to LDBC's Most Wanted de lo mío. Just showing some love. Yeah, but he got better though. He did get better. As far as being on PEDs, that's a question I have for you guys. Would y'all ever take steroids just to get swole or not?
No.
Nah, I'm good.
Nah.
Nah.
Yes.
I'm good.
Once I get old, I'm definitely hopping on testosterone. Definitely.
Gotta get on that TRT flow, bro.
Facts. Once I'm like in my 60s, absolutely. I want to enjoy life. I don't want to be like in pain.
Yeah,
all the
like
time.
if I ever stop getting morning wood, bro, yeah, it's time, bro. Thankfully, I still be bricked up in the morning, so it's all good. But like, yeah, if that ever stops, yeah, I gotta get on my TRT, bro.
Yeah, it's
Come on
healthy to have testosterone, bro. Like it literally
Man, just
keeps
eat
you
garlic.
healthy. So
Just eat
100%.
what? Just
Eat
eat
garlic.
what? Oh yeah, that works too. That works too. Good for your circulation. Good for your circulation. That shit is. But you're gonna smell like garlic is the downside. You know that, right? You can't just eat a bunch of that shit and you're not gonna smell like that shit. It's gonna come out your pores. That shit.
Yeah, imagine
like garlic.
Like now, right? You have a bad day, you feel bad, right? Imagine you have a bad day and your fucking back hurts, your dick doesn't work, you don't have any hair. Fuck that. Like,
Yeah, fuck that.
I'm trying
bro.
to feel okay.
Shit. That's a nightmare scenario, bro. Like,
Fucking
damn,
knees hurt. Oh,
can't even fucking bust a goddamn nut
Yeah.
to decompress. That's crazy, bro. Fuck that shit. Who the fuck is calling me? Shut up! Anyway, yeah, yeah, it's fucked up, bro. But Jake is doing his thing, man. I don't got nothing against Jake. He's doing his thing. WBC doesn't want to give him a rank now because they under pressure. I mean, like, you get a lot of money from a lot of guys. They had to fight boxers to achieve a rank, so that's more or less what I expect. And that's a good sign in a sense that it's the boxers pressuring the sanctioning bodies now, because that's who really has the power, and y'all need to remind them of that. That yo, we pay y'all don't pay us.
Exactly.
So y'all gotta fall in line with what the fuck we say, because we pay y'all don't pay us.
What the fuck? Marisa turning into a bitch.
Bueno, it's about
Nah,
fucking
still,
time,
bro.
bro.
I hope the Ayatollah declares a fatwa against Jake Paul because he started all this.
Nah, I mean, like Jake is just taking advantage of a broken sport that has a broken system, and I don't blame him for it, because I come back to my original point. How many pundits do you see calling out Mario Barrios for fighting a fucking 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao who ain't fought in 4 years? They not calling that out.
A lot of people
I mean,
are. Like people
No,
aren't
they
excited
not.
about
No,
this
no.
fight.
You see fans saying that, oh, this is trash. I'm saying that it's people in the media and people, up top. Oh, they don't like Jake because Jake doing this, Jake doing that. Bro, Mario Barrios fighting Pacquiao is worse. It's worse. Call that shit out. Manny
Yeah.
shouldn't be getting a title. Manny should not be getting a shot at that title. Even worse, that there is a mandatory in the queue. Suleiman Sissoko is the mandatory. Manny not gonna fight him. They gonna give that. If Manny win that belt, and I think he's going to, Suleiman Sissoko, yeah, you kiss that title shot goodbye because you're not gonna get
it's
it.
gonna be a worse
They will
beating than Ugas.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna keep him away from Manny if Manny wins that belt. They're gonna keep him away. You might as well go back up to 154 because you're not gonna get that title shot
Didn't he get
Yeah.
dropped? Didn't he get dropped twice recently?
by Mean Machine. Yeah,
Yeah. Sheesh.
yeah. Mean
Well-
Machine's a mean guy. It's all in the name.
You kind of
He's
gotta
not
give.
nice machine.
You gotta give the IBF a little bit of credit, a little bit, because they do force and mandatories. But then you got fucking fights like William Skull, Al Yildirim. It's like, come on, bro.
Hey, that's not the IBF's fault. And that was
Espera, porque también for the Williams skull, who, right, fucking sucks. Sugar Nunez wouldn't have got a shot at nobody, bro. Nobody's gonna sign up to fight a dude like that, bro. Nobody, bro. So
the IBF are like the nerds of the organizations. I feel like.
They're the ones that wait for marriage to fuck.
Yeah.
yeah.
They do the right thing when they have to.
It's actually more of the public library.
Legitimately, it's like the reason why the IBF shit is like so ass is for two reasons. One, a lot of guys, when they know I have to fight this person, they don't want to be in there, and their managers don't want them to be in there. And then two, the rehydration clause. That shit kills off so many fighters from going to the IBF.
But they stand on it.
Yeah, if they took that shit out, I bet you those those rankings would be filled.
Yeah, they're like nerds. They're the boxing nerds.
Man, I look at the IBF and it's like, how many ranks actually have like a number one and a number two filled? Because every time I look is number one blank, number two blank, number three.
You know why they're blank, bro? You know why they're always blank? Because they already got their shot, bro. That's why. The number one and number two already got their shot to fight, and it's already over with. And now 3 and 4 are there. You see the WBC, that shit's gonna stay. If you're number one and you have no good promoter, you will be number one for the rest of your life.
Just ask Dillian White. Like,
I was gonna say, go ask Soar. That dude was number one waiting for a title shot for like a while, and then he waited so long he got out of his prime.
That shit was crazy. Dylan White was
like
was
600
number one
days.
For like 2.5 years.
And they kept.
And what
they
was
kept
his
finding
excuse
the
for not
weirdest
giving him a
reasons
title
to
shot?
not-
I don't understand. I don't remember.
Oh no, the weirdest thing was
Wilder
like,
was
you're
ducking.
ranked number one, but you didn't win an eliminator. What? You're ranked number one, but you didn't win an eliminator, so we can't give you a title shot.
When
So,
Wilder
I mean,
was
give me
fighting
eliminate.
Dominic
Wow.
Brazil, it was like number, and he popped up as a number 7 in the WBC rankings. Like I don't know where I was like, what the fuck happened
Yo,
with Dylan
yo,
White?
remember-
He didn't get his shot.
Yo, remember when Wilder said, "Yo, I'll never give Dillian White a shot," and it's like, yo, you can't just say that to the number one contender, bro. What the fuck? Like legit.
Apparently, you can.
Even
Wow,
Teddy
these are
Atlas was like, I remember Teddy Atlas was like, bro, like that used to be some shit you said on the low if you really meant to. Like he's just going outside and saying it.
Who's saying it?
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
saying what?
No, when Wilder was like, when Dillian White was the number one contender, and Wilder was like, "I'll never give you a shot." And he was like,
yeah.
"Hey, yo, you can't say that shit. That's like, you just out. That's just
Because
you."
some people
That's-
are too corrupt and they're too oblivious about them. Their level of corruption.
Mm-hmm. Wilder's a fucking country bumpkin, bro. He'll get the whole block locked up. You know what I mean? Like he's a country bumpkin, bro. Like he'll get us all thrown in fucking jail, bro. Like, hey, shut the fuck up, bro. Come on.
It's a shame because Dylan White was actually winning some decent fights during that time.
My honest opinion is that was a 60-40 fight. Dillian stood a legitimate chance of winning that fight. The caveat would have been, can you get close enough to Wilder to get inside? Because once you're inside, you got this thing won. Once you're inside. But you got to try to not get caught by the right on the way in. That was always the caveat with that fight. I'm not a big believer in Wilder's right hand, to be real. I think a lot of that shit was just mythos, bro. Like, yeah, y'all just gassing that shit.
Yeah,
And we know what
matchmaking.
we know what Dillian's kryptonite is, and it's not the straight right hand. No, it's not the right cross. It's the uppercut.
It's the
Wilder,
uppercut.
you don't have one. You don't have one.
And I think Dylan White's left hook put more quality guys out than Wilder.
Do you remember when Joshua fought Dylan White and he hit him with that right? Fucking Dylan White's legs just stretched like motherfucker was
Dude,
stuck under a house and shit.
he lifted him off his feet with that last uppercut.
All you could hear was he had fucking birds flying around him.
You guys saw the birds flying out.
Yeah, it was good fights, man. Those were good fights. Like those is
Yeah.
like White versus Joshua is a classic. That's actually a great fight.
I mean, the way he went down, it was like a Street Fighter. It was a Street
He-
Fighter knockout.
He hurt Joshua in that fight.
I still
This time he had to overcome adversity.
Get undefeated.
fuck man, I was so happy when Ruiz knocked out Joshua, bro. All the dick riding the zone was doing. And I don't know if they're friends of the channel, but that Ak and Barack, bro. God damn, there was meat
Nah,
riding.
I was not happy about that shit because Ruiz was a PBC dude, so I was not happy about that shit. Like, nah, this PBC ass motherfucker gonna fuck this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Y qué lo que está haciendo Andy ahora? Like, what is he even doing now, bro?
Oh, he just bought a pizza place, didn't he?
Boy, eso,
Oh,
yeah,
of
that
course,
for
bro.
himself.
Of course,
he
bro.
did.
We're about to get another
It's,
ass tattoo.
it's for
Anyone
himself.
killed-
His own
Who-
his personal pizza place.
No. Who in boxing has done more to kill recent goodwill than Ruiz? Like he was on top of
'cause
the fucking world.
Floyd Schofield.
He's still someone, like if you said Moses Atalma versus Andy Ruiz, because Andy has one thing going for him that is still marketable and is still a value. He's never been knocked out. Whoever knocks him out, that's a statement, because he's never been knocked out. And he's been,
he's
you know, he's fought
Mexican.
people.
I think
Yeah.
he's
Mexican
retired.
heavyweight.
Yeah, but if you think about it, the rematches is what opened up the doors to Saudi.
See, es verdad.
Yeah.
Nobody gives AJ and Eddie enough credit that they're actually the ones who brought Saudi interest into boxing, because it started with that fight. It started with AJ Ruiz too. It was just, it wasn't este tipo. It was skills challenge, pero da igual. They're the ones who brought the fucking Saudis into boxing, bro.
Yeah, a Mexican heavyweight is like the dodo bird. It's like a picture of it. There's only
It's
one
fucking-
left.
Bro, it's fucking mysterious as fuck, bro. It's like a fucking unicorn with a pussy on it or something. Like,
He's like the White Rhino of boxing.
for real. You know, but and Andy's practically retired when you think about it, because how long it's been close to a year since that fight. That fight was in August of last year, the Miller fight.
You know,
And
I
does
was
that
thinking
mean,
about
does that mean
that.
anything in boxing? Like Fury said he was retired, and well, look how long that took.
No, I was thinking
No,
about about
honestly-
how the tickets are not selling in New York. The tickets in LA with Bud, they didn't sell that much either. And they had Andy, they had Pitbull,
Manín,
they
es
had
que la
Crayo.
La vaina es que la piña está agria en América, not
Oh, yeah.
not in other parts of the world, pero en América la piña está agria. Like, bro, ellos no quieren entender que a lot of this shit. Look, I love a lot of the shit that Turkey's doing. I love a lot of it, and a lot of the pay-per-views. Yeah, I buy them, and I'm gonna buy them. But realistically, if you want boxing to come back the way that it was, you got to move the paywall, bro. It's not gonna work any other way. El ejemplo, esta maldita pelea que tenía Jake Paul con Mike Tyson. I'm not saying every fight is gonna do that, ¿verdad? Pero ponlo tú, most people have Netflix. Most people, ¿verdad? And if Netflix were doing regular fights on a regular schedule, I promise you that on a regular basis, over 1 million to 2 million people will be watching boxing. But there cannot be a paywall, because that's a big part of what killed it. The premium cable networks was already one paywall. That was a slow burn. The pay-per-views was the second paywall. That's why boxing in America got smaller, because not everybody had HBO. Not everybody had Showtime. Those were premium cable networks. Most people only had basic cable packages. So the audience was getting smaller already. Ahora, forget it, bro. That's a good card, man, on Saturday. That's a good card.
That's amazing.
I think maybe boxing should reconsider what they consider a valid market in the United States. Like, I'm not trying to like say Shakur is all that, but maybe this fight would have done better in Atlantic City or at the Prudential Center where they've
You're
had
right.
sold out crowds recently. You know what I mean? Like New
You're
York's
right.
great. Like New York is always gonna be New York, but like how about try some other shit? Maybe like go to
Not
Florida,
No, es
to,
que
Frisco, Texas, all those
te lo voy
places.
a decir, Julio.
Arizona.
New York is not a fight town anymore. I'm sorry, but it's not a fight town anymore. It's not. Esa gente que viven ahí is a bunch of weirdos. It's just I'm not gonna get political. But it's just a lot of left wing weirdos over there, bro. Like, yes, bro, fucking left. They not into boxing in New York no more. They really not. Like, you don't see the Barclays don't even do boxing like that no more. MSG really don't do boxing like that no more.
You don't think there's left wing weirdos in London?
No, London. No, it's just fighting ass motherfuckers that'll stab you, bro. London is on their shit, bro. They on their grimy.
I remember. I think 2012 when we had Rigondeaux versus Filipino Flash Donaire, and then Bob made it at the Radio City Hall or whatever. Like, bro, I think that's when New York was his last peak. We had Cotto Martinez.
La vaina es que mira, I don't know if Turkey's gonna do it because people hear things, people talk. If you want to revitalize the American boxing scene, right? And he's trying, like, it's not like he isn't trying. He is trying his best. You have to scale back how many of these fights are pay-per-views. You have to. It will not go back to the way it was until you remove the paywall. I promise you, once you do that, it'll go back to normal. And you'll be surprised at how fast it goes back to normal because on a platform like Netflix or even DAZN, if you're providing that entertainment free of charge and it's that much more accessible to people, that's what it needs to be because boxing fans are poor. Look at those fucking Eso de Samparao on Twitter, bro. Them dudes ain't got $20, bro. Like, they lose $5 it ruins it ruins their whole fucking week, bro.
No, they lose the whole trimester.
Right? Like it's
$5.
Right? Like it's crazy.
Well, they're
out
poor
here,
in
like,
America. I don't know. Are they poor in other countries or just here in America?
No, see, the UK doesn't have that problem, not because they're not poor, but because they do it right in the UK. They have a farming system that actually works, and you see it all the time. When a Fabio Wardley fights a David Adilier, then he fights a Fraser Clark, you're building him up at the grassroots level, and they follow that. Johnny Fisher, same shit before he got his ass whooped. You see what I mean? They have that. In America, it's not like that. In America, you fight random Guatemalan 50 times, and then you get a title shot. And people don't even know who the fuck you are.
Dude, as soon as you get your shoulder roll in the mail, you get on pay-per-view.
Shoulder roll in the mail.
Okay, Danny Garcia drops that shit off.
No, but seriously, like they forgot the model that sets the fighters up in the first place, and they keep. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it is the truth that pay-per-view was never intended for everyone, and it's not pay-per-view because you say so. It's pay-per-view when we say so. That's when it's pay-per-view. When the fight is so fucking good, you almost don't believe that you're watching it. That's how fights used to be. That I can't fucking believe I'm watching this, bro. When Tito fought fucking Oscar, I couldn't fucking believe it, bro. Right? That was the feeling you used to get. You don't get that. I like, look, Devin and Brian is aight. It's aight. But I could believe they fight. Like, yeah, I could believe that. Devin, what the fuck else was you gonna do? The fuck were you gonna do?
Look, I think there might would have been two things that play out in the, let's say, the last century. Because if we were talking about, let's talk about Jack Dempsey, Johnson, those kind of guys. If you were to talk that kind of boxing to the next generation, you could easily talk those guys to the next generation. And then the Four Kings, then fucking Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, all those motherfuckers, you could easily talk them to the next generation. The problem was Floyd.
Yup.
Because Floyd was too hard to talk to the next. It's too hard to tell the next generation, yeah, this is the best boxer, this is the most accomplished boxer. and then you see the fucking shoulder roll and him using the ring and clinching. So the next generation was like, what is this fucking shit? I better go to watch UFC and get something regular bomb.
Ese el otro lío, Leo, que Floyd, and like, I'm not a dickhead. He didn't lose, so a torch never got passed because he didn't lose. And Manny, he never passed the torch to Crawford. Top Rank tried. It's documented. Freddie said it. Freddie ain't. Why the fuck would Freddie lie about it? Freddie said Bob is pushing for that fight.
Yeah, Freddie knew what time it was.
Exactly. So Pacquiao never passed the torch, and that's another part of the problem. Nobody passed the torch in the last generation. So okay, we starting fresh, but we starting fresh with a bunch of fucking homos that want to be Mayweather.
You know, Klitschko passed the torch to Joshua.
Pero tú ves. Do you see the difference though?
The division got healthy, yeah.
Yeah,
so
but
who's Canelo gonna pass the torch to?
Bueno, manín.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Munguia, right?
We need
Crawford.
Fuck you, Ray. Fuck you, Ray.
We need slave contracts. We really do. These motherfuckers have too much say so.
Yo lo dije que yes, bro. They have. It's to the point. Fights are so much more expensive to make now, and so much more difficult to make now because the fighters have way too much autonomy for things they're not even paying for. If this fucking shit goes belly up, you're not on the hook. The event coordinators are. So how the fuck do you have so much say so? That's I order a fucking pizza, but the guy who's not paying for nothing is gonna tell me what kind of toppings I should have. Shut the fuck up. You lucky to get a slice, bro.
No,
extra cheese.
Yo, who's dog shit Mike is that, bro?
We gotta bring back the fucking mob, bro. Come on, we gotta bring back the fucking mob.
I think what we need to do is what you guys need to do, really, because this is an USA problem, is you need to get some of those guys should not be boxing, meaning some of these guys should be doing other kinds of sports. They are athletic. For example, Devin Haney is an athletic guy. I think he's a talented guy.
He could easily be a backup dancer for Tate McRae.
Leo's mad disrespectful right now. Jules is joking. Leo's dead about to be serious and genuine being disrespectful.
No, but Devin Haney should be playing soccer or some shit.
Now you see, bro, that's disrespectful.
Who is that? Do you know who he is talking about? Soccer. Motherfucker.
I'm saying, look. David Benavidez would probably be a world champion at a hot dog eating contest, bro. That guy shouldn't be boxing. It's fucking ridiculous. Shakur should be doing M1. I'm saying, it is the truth though that America's athletic individual, let's call it, right? They don't really want to box. They don't.
No, what we need to do is go back to go do the same thing that the NHL does, where they actually during COVID and their cap didn't go up, the players ended up owing the owners money. That's how that shit worked. So it's like, no, you owe us money for this bullshit. That's what we need.
I like that. I like that.
Shout out to Domo. Punk ass Americans got to fight each other too. Yeah, that one of the main thing, if I could change one thing about boxing right now to revitalize the American market, the first thing that really needs to go for you to take boxing back to its former glory are the paywalls. They have to go. Most people, the shit isn't, I ain't even playing. A lot of people don't got money like that to buy a pay-per-view all the time. They really don't have money like that. Two, even if they did, you got to worry about the piracy. They have a choice not to pay. And it works most of the time. So you got to take away the paywalls. And you have to limit how many of these motherfuckers are on pay-per-view because they're telling you, yeah, I belong on pay-per-view. And you do it, and it don't fucking sell nothing, bro. David been on pay-per-view 3 times, didn't sell shit.
Yeah, that's not true, bro.
And it's what's it called?
It works all the time.
It's the stuff that I think Steve Kim said a while ago. And the craziest thing is, he was proven right because I watched a Stevenson interview with like Ariel Helwani, and he proved Steve Kim right so fast. Basically, Ariel Helwani brought up Dana White coming into boxing, and of course, I would never agree with fighters taking 50-50 contracts. That's ridiculous. But Stevenson specifically said, "Oh, you can't tell a boxer to go back in the money. Why the fuck can't I?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Not your all of your not every fight you have is Valdez. We could clearly see that.
And that the fighters that speaks to the of a problem we just said, that the fighters have too much autonomy over things that it's not your money that pays for the show. Fuck is you talking about? One of Steve Kim also said that it would be better if there were no exclusivity contracts among promoters and broadcasters. I agree with that too. The broadcaster should have the wiggle room to pay for the estimated value of the show. Shakur should not get $3 million for Conceição and $3 million for fucking the Yoshino. Like, bro, what are we even doing, dog? Are we trying to lose money? It looked like it.
Yeah, I think part of it though has to be the promoter willing to part ways though. Like sometimes I feel like the promoters are scared to call these fighters on their bluff.
Yeah.
And to be like, okay, you want $3 million? Yeah, you can go look for that. We're good.
Yeah.
Like, walk away. It's cool.
That's
the
what I like
market
about
is free
Father,
for
because
that.
Bob Father actually did that with Berlanga. He was like, no, oh, you want more money? See ya.
Shit,
Honestly,
the
yeah.
younger Bob, what he did to Rigo was what we need right now. Yo, get this boring motherfucker out of here.
Yo, de verdad, if I had a fucking like a fountain of youth, bro, like a fucking like some holy water or some shit, I would throw that shit at Bob, and I promise you he'll fix all the fucking problem, bro.
Nah. The thing is too, I hate that people call it like that.
won't
'cause
fight.
No, we need to get Bob some adrenochrome. We need to
Rigo-
harvest
Yo,
some
for real.
adrenochrome.
Bob did nothing wrong for Rigo. I genuinely think he gave him his most like opportunities of his career. That dude went to the PBC and did nothing.
No, here's the
I
shit
don't know
that
why
both of the
this man-
biggest, fights. It's the same old shit. Painting Bob out to be the bad guy when for real, the biggest fights of Rigo's career was both given to him by Bob. Nonito Donaire and Lomachenko.
Loma. Yeah.
Those are the biggest fights of his career.
Oh, but also what the PBC was doing really fucked up the American boxing market, bro. How many millions did they give Peter Quillen not to take a fight?
Right,
$1 million.
Bro,
I'm pretty sure, right?
That shit like
I
that
think it was
just
like 2
disrupts
millions.
any type of market logic.
Yeah, but
Wait,
wait, it was two?
wait a minute. The strategy they had, when you really think about what it was, is like, yo, Al Heyman was a fucking moron. You are paying people for time on these channels, because that's where a lot of the Waddle and Reed money went. Like, they paid for a slot on ESPN, they paid for a slot on Spike to show they shit or whatever, and it's like you burned through all that cash thinking that they was going to give you a deal, but they didn't. So you just burnt through all that fucking cash.
Yeah,
Yo,
his
can I
strategy
say
was
something?
lighting amount of cash on
Go
fire.
ahead, Edgar.
Listen, salute to everyone on the panel. It's my first time on being on. Thank you for letting me on. I
Don't
mean,
come in here nice. The fuck?
Yeah, don't be nice to us. Like, we're
Talk
horrible.
some shit. Talk
Talk
some
some
shit.
yeah,
Come on,
fine.
Edgar, come on,
Listen,
Edgar. Curse me out. Come on, say something bad
I'm
about me.
not
Nah, don't
gonna
be no
curse you out.
bitch.
Not gonna curse you
No,
out. Not
all
gonna.
right, Edgar. No, Edgar. No, okay, Edgar. Just do this for me. Just say, Julio, you're a bitch.
Say it.
Okay.
You know what?
fucking
You know
do
what?
it.
Mute.
Don't
Hey,
fucking
mute
do it.
Julio,
his
you're a
mic,
bitch.
bro.
We'll help you out.
Do it.
Mute his
Let's
mic.
start
You're
off
a
on the right
bitch.
foot here.
All right, Edgar. The floor is yours. Go ahead, Edgar.
So I mean, listen, man. I've been a long time boxing fan. I mean, I agree with some of your points, and some I guess I haven't caught everyone's name or whatever, so I don't agree with something. But for me, yeah, it stems from, I believe, from when Floyd became, he self-proclaimed TBE, the money man. He didn't pass the torch, and at that point, boxing turned to everyone want to protect their fucking O, and then this new generation of delusional fucking fighters who believe they're worth more than they really are. It's like, it's simple fucking finances and simple logical. Like, you don't just fucking become the CEO of Apple. You gotta fucking start in the mailroom or something. You gotta prove that you're worth millions of dollars a year for the company to ask
So
to
now
ask to get paid that.
you got a lot of fighters. Que ellos no quieren pelear. They don't actually want to be fighters. No, yo soy el CEO.
No, yeah.
Yo soy el
And
CEO de Mama Huevo Promotions, de
yeah,
Hijo de Maldita Madre Promotions.
I mean, it's a perfect storm, like Floyd didn't pass the torch. He fucking created this fucking illusion that the Zero is the greatest fucking thing ever.
No, te lo voy a
Trying to
decir.
sway their
he really did? You know what he really did? Before I smoked the cigarette, the illusion that Floyd created was that he was his own boss.
Right.
And also that he had a promotional company. They were the promotions.
Porque de verdad, when he left Top Rank, it was not DK Mayweather Promotions. Golden Boy, motherfucker. They were cutting the fucking checks. No DK Mayweather it's the truth, bro. You could look up the checks.
Right, and basically he was the catalyst to what the fuck we have now. You know, it was a perfect storm created by that illusion, the fucking rise of social media, and these guys just want to fucking become internet fucking superstars without proving it on the field or the ring in this case. So I mean, and I think, you know,
ellos se emocionan porque mira, Lions Only Promotions, ¿qué es eso?
Right.
DHP, ¿qué es eso? Man Down Mamacuevo Promotions, ¿qué es eso?
And you know what? And this is all gonna like fucking come to a fold, I believe, once Canelo retires, because he's the only real dude making any money for the promoters or the fight nights. He's the only dude that's really making, you know, these guys put on these big fucking, you know, big money fights. As soon as he retires, boxing is gonna go into a fucking hole, and these guys
No, espera, te lo voy a decir why it won't, but el americano se va a morir. Esto es lo que yo pienso. Mexico will always produce boxers. It's not going anywhere.
No. I'm not saying.
Espera, te lo voy a decir. Lo que yo veo, el americano, the American boxer, honestly, may become extinct. Maybe.
No. Like, I mean, I can talk in Spanish too if you guys want to, but no, I mean.
No, yo no me estoy hablando en español because I'm better than everybody on the panel and I'm smarter.
No. I don't mean it like that. I mean, yeah. I'm Mexican, so
I meant it like that. I did, Undefeated. I meant it.
I'm Mexican, so I know that.
I'm not talking. The fuck?
I'm Inuit. We need more Inuit boxers.
Like, I'm Mexican, so I know that Mexico will always be a cradle for fucking boxing, because not everyone has the opportunity to become, you know, rich and famous over there. So you gotta fucking find a way to fucking feed your family. So, you know, like, other countries outside of the U.S. will always produce fighters. What I'm leading to is that it's going to be a while before anyone makes ridiculous amount of money like we're seeing right now. Like, once Canelo's gone, those big money fights are down the drain, and these dudes, like this generation, they're going to have to fucking pull themselves out of the gutter.
The next guy, porque if you go back to 2015, I'm going to say 2015, 2016, ¿verdad? Canelo was a name. He was definitely a name, but he wasn't what he is now. What he was not the face of boxing 2015, 2016, 2017, not yet. He became the face of boxing, I would say, after the second Golovkin fight. That's what ushered in what you see now. Was he making huge money? Yes, but he was not yet the face of boxing. So I say that to say that the face of boxing, the next one, it might be here already. We just can't see it yet. Because if you would have told me in 2014 and 2015 that Canelo was going to go on to do all these things, I wouldn't have believed you. En ese tiempo. He made a fan out of me over time, is what I'm saying. You never know. Maybe it'll be Marco Verde.
Maybe it'll be Abdullah.
Maybe it'll be... Shut the fuck up, Ray.
I didn't even see nothing.
I heard whoever said Munguia, I fucking heard you, bro.
That wasn't me. No. But what I'm saying is they're not gonna get these fucking huge ass paydays. Like, they're gonna have to fucking really put the fucking work in to get a few $1 million. Like, they ain't gonna get $100 million.
There's gonna be a market. No, because your mic is fucked up. There's gonna be a market reset, I believe. Right? I do believe that. I believe that still, even though Turkey is spoiling fighters, because he's kind of spoiling the fighters by paying them this much just to, you know, have some ordinary fights or whatever. But at some point, there's going to be a market reset. And at some point, American boxers are going to have to make a choice that, yo, dog, either you fight or you don't fight, dog. The sport is going to go on. Like, I don't have a doubt in my mind that the sport
time doesn't wait. The time doesn't stop for anybody.
Yeah, like the only difference will be that the Americans are not as focal to the sport as they have been. Pero eso ya está pasando también, because mira, we don't have a fucking heavyweight. We don't, like, bro, we don't have nothing.
You know what?
I think the next star is going to be from Eastern Europe.
A lot of it has to do with the culture in America, because, like, I remember I was in this art college doing some service one time, and the youngsters there that were going to the college, expected to be handed this high-paying job, and they had no concept of putting in the work to get to that, to build
Exactly
themselves
what I
up.
meant. Like, you don't just fucking.
That's exactly what these boxers are doing. They expect shit just to be handed to them, and they're not putting in the work.
Is this new generation? They soft.
I think the next star might be in Eastern Europe or Russia, because
yeah,
there's just not going to be enough money to put on
No,
fights
but you
here.
know why?
No. Wait a minute.
Wait a
minute.
You know why?
I agree.
They're
You know
getting
why I
better.
agree? Do you know why I agree with that? Because of what the IBA is doing. You never know. The IBA is now a promotional outfit. Why you think they had to get Crawford and Conor Ben and Tyson Fury y toda esa gente la semana pasada? That was a launch, bro. They're a promotional outfit now. Porque ellos saben that we're not going to be able to oversee amateur boxing anymore. You lost your recognition. They going all in as promoters, and you never know if they start doing shows over there. Yeah, maybe the next great heavyweight or the next great mamaguevo
Bevo,
is fucking
Bevo
Russian.
better be the one to do their trilogy there. I think that'll be huge for us.
Yeah, but Bivol better be. It's just gonna be a one. It's gonna be a one-time thing, and that's it. They're
No,
getting.
but
Better be.
No,
better be.
ellos
better-
estaban haciendo carteleta, yeah. That's
Yeah,
what I'm telling
pero-
you.
yeah,
they
pero espérate,
was doing
espérate.
cards over there.
Yeah, but look.
And they have a
you
real
still
boxing
cannot compete with the numbers on this side of the pond, bro. Like, yeah, those Eastern European and
Bro,
the
there's more
UK.
people there.
Te lo voy a
no,
decir. Espera, you saying that, verdad? Pero it's a gradual shift, is what I'm saying. That they're developing a boxing market over there where their fighters don't have to come here and get fucked anymore. Because that's what's been going on. You got Kovalev has to come to America to get duked in the ass by Andre Ward. Lomachenko.
I understand that. Yeah.
Well, and it's not just like Russia's not the only Eastern country. It's also Uzbekistan and Japan.
Ukraine, I get it. Yeah.
Fucking Ukraine, yeah.
Oh my God, bro! Turkey just posted a picture with him and Jake Paul, bro. Fuck.
Yeah.
You lying?
Fuck.
He just posted it on X.
Yo, that could be good for boxing. Shout out to Misael. Like 50% of Americans make $30,000 a year. Poor man sport. I agree. I go back to this. Boxing was big when it was the poor guys that would go home and unwind, crack open a beer, and watch some boxing. Eso no es para gente rica. Like, for you to be fucking pay-per-view all the time, bro. It's a pay-per-view every other fucking month. The fuck are you laughing at, man?
No, that's saving. Do you understand how 20K a year is in other places of the world?
The only listen, but like the
Pero
only
tú
thing.
entiendes que ellos no están matando aquí también. You understand that right there? Yeah, 30,000 doesn't get you a whole lot in America, bro.
30 doesn't get you shit. But
It's
but
just
the
funny to
only
see,
saving grace that America has, or that I guess this side of the world has, to make potential stars is if, like you said, Netflix, invest in a fucking, I don't know, every few months or whatever fight that everyone can stream on Netflix and build up stars. That's the only way it's gonna happen. But those boxers gotta understand they cannot come in through the door being like, oh, I want 10 million, 5
No te
million,
lo voy a
20 million now.
Que se vaya pa'l diablo el americano. Like, I don't care about you want my honest opinion, bro. I don't really care about the American boxing scene. But here's the thing. Mexico is developing their amateur circuit. They're developing their amateur circuit, right? You see it in the fighters that are starting to come out of the amateurs from Mexico. And if that continues, vamos a decir que you got a Mexican gold medalist, El Diablo. And let's say that he goes fucking pro, El Diablo, right? This is the type of shit that could revive the American boxing scene, right? It could, but it's not going to be like a guy from America. No, a guy based in America, because we know who moves the needle in America in terms of money. It's the Mexican-American boxing fan.
Yeah, push it with American money, with dollars.
Yeah.
That's the formula.
But then
it could happen that way.
Yeah, but then you just answered your own question from a few minutes ago. The boxing is still going to be prevalent here over the rest of the world.
Posiblemente. No.
Okay.
Money.
No. Wait a minute. I can't say that anymore. You know why? Look at Inui, dog. Look at the fuck. You understand that?
Yeah, but look.
No, but wait. But let me finish. Inui is making money in Japan that you got American boxers, a whole load of them don't make that kind of money, bro. The money that AJ has been making the last 7 or 8 years, the majority of American boxers don't make that. You got guys on a smaller scale. I'm not even going to be dramatic. A Lee Wood in Nottingham sells more than a Charlo in Texas. A Josh Warrington in Leeds sells more than both the Charlo brothers at the same time fighting
And doesn't pay and doesn't get paid.
And them guys don't get paid. If you really pay attention to, okay, compare domestic UK draws to American ones, there are no American ones. There are none. Who draws here? Who?
And Julius is not. Julius
For
is
a
not
minute.
saying that. Wait. Julius is not saying they're not getting paid. Julius is saying that they're not generating the amount of money because they're not selling enough tickets.
Yeah.
Because
Okay,
those
so-
guys in the UK, they sell tickets. I'm not saying that they're making millions upon millions. No. But you can trust a league that's gonna sell a venue. You cannot trust a fucking. I don't know. Not even a Teofimo Lopez. That is
No, espera, te voy a dar un ejemplo. Callum Smith exposed. My next video is about it. I didn't want to talk about it, but Callum Smith exposed David Benavidez. Él le dijo a Tunde Ayahi, mira, mamagüevo, we were talking to the PBC, and the PBC's offer was less than what I
Exactly.
made for Buatsi.
Yeah.
Was
Yep.
less than what I made for Buatsi. Ahora ponlo tú. Este tipo David, he's supposed to be the pay-per-view y toda esta mierda. Toda esa mierda. You couldn't afford Callum Smith?
No, it's crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
But his fans will call it a duck.
This is the same person that said they had 70 million for Canelo, bro.
Yeah.
Te lo estoy diciendo. Do you see that, yo, dog, what passes for a superstar in America? No, none of them. Devin, sing Turkey. Without Turkey overpaying you, you don't generate shit. Shakur, you don't generate shit. David, you don't generate shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
to
is-
your point,
this
I
is
think
the other
that-
thing. Look, I don't know if this can be fixed anymore, because I think the problem is too rooted in American boxing. But I'm not really that mad that those guys are trying to make as much money as they can. But if you're doing dumb shit, and if you're lying, most of all, if you're lying about some shit, you shouldn't be able to get away with it. And that's what happens, that these pundits, they don't fucking ask nothing about, and they let him roll it. David Benavidez.
Te lo voy a decir, espera. Te lo voy a decir, espera. In all honesty, as much as I like Haney versus Brian Norman, shouldn't be a pay-per-view. It shouldn't. Why? Because neither of you have a big enough following that this should be behind a paywall.
Yeah, we're artificially inflating their value.
That's-
I think
thank you,
Lee Wood selling out and then maybe but not making a $25 million gate is actually reflective of a more healthy boxing market that's in equilibrium than what we have here. Because once Turkey cuts off the faucet, they're just going to be scrambling for the next guy. You
That's
gotta
not
understand.
sustainable. I love Benavidez versus Yard. I think it's that whole card. I love that whole card. But let's be real. A lot of y'all don't have the fan base to keep justifying having to pay for a pay-per-view. A pay-per-view is intended to pay for itself based on the grassroots demand from the people intended to buy it. But now you guys are telling us it's pay-per-view, and that's not how it works. We tell you it's pay-per-view. You didn't have to be a fucking genius to know that Trinidad versus De La Hoya was a huge fucking fight. You didn't have to. Cotto Margarito 1 and 2. Those were huge fights. But now you get a couple of names together from a couple of guys that have really big fucking egos, and it's supposed to be a pay-per-view just because you brought them together. No, motherfucker. David don't have fans like that. He don't. Devin don't have fans like that. Brian last fight was in fucking Japan, and it wasn't because of how many fucking fans he has.
Okay, Julius, but do you see what I mean? That boxing in America needs and lacks that counter power. That nobody is telling nothing to these boxers, really.
No.
That look, Devin, you're not a fucking pay-per-view star. You cannot sell shit. So you making a pay-per-view fight against anyone, really. It's a fucking joke. Nobody is saying that shit to them.
Nadie lo va a decir porque
And I-
la gente, los pundits de ahora, it's that the reason they don't. You know why they don't? Because if they do, they lose access.
That's what I mean. That the problem is to it maybe not be solvable anymore.
Now let me read these two super chats. Smart point. Promo network relations are a weak point because it could cause conflict of interest issues. As history has shown, not good for business. Yep. Misael said, was there another rising star like Canelo back in 2013, 2014 as Mexicans? He was going to be big. He also had a lot of Mexican haters, which, yeah, pero Misael, I'm telling you, que en eso tiempo, in 2014 and 2015, if you would have asked me, yo, do you think he's going to be the face of boxing? Brody, I would have told you no. I would have said no. I didn't see that coming. It's not until I think that what happened to him in 2015 and 2016 where people are against him. If you remember before the first Golovkin fight, ellos estaban atacando a ese tipo todos los días. If you go to a Canelo Instagram post, it was nothing but ducks and triple G's in the comment section. Ducks and triple G's.
Oh, and give me my belt.
¿Verdad? Ahora, after that second fight, that's when after the second fight, okay, you want a Mexican style fight. All right, I got you right now, G. After that, and that was what, 2018, right? The second fight.
Yeah.
17.
That's when Canelo went up. Before that, he was a draw. Was he a big name? Yes. Was he a draw? Yes. But he wasn't the face of boxing before the second Golovkin fight. No. That's what made him the face.
So do you think that if the judges scored the first fight correctly and Golovkin got his win, do you think Canelo never becomes what he is today?
Yes. No.
No, he would have had the run back.
No. That's what I was going to say, that if he would have lost the first fight, I believe that Canelo, because of his pride, will pursue the rematch, and you would have got
a trilogy anyway.
You would have got the performance you got, because the thing, Canelo losing the Triple G was never going to be the end of Canelo. It would hurt. It hurt Triple G more if you see. It hurts Triple G more to lose to Canelo than the other way around, because Mexicans don't care about a O. They don't care about that shit. That doesn't stop them from watching a guy or some guys. So even if he would have lost that first fight, and frankly, he should have, I don't think that would have been the end of him.
And it's just like he wanted to run back with Bivol, and then Bivol started fucking asking for a bigger piece of the pie.
And the other thing with Triple G is I overestimated Triple G. I only picked Triple G because I thought that he could take it out of the judge's hands in the first fight. That's why I picked him. Like, look, man, you're not winning a fucking decision against Canelo. You're not. But I thought he could knock him out. I overestimated him, and I underestimated Canelo's chin.
Another thing.
Both those two fights were great.
Another thing boxing has to do is they gotta stop letting these old fucks come and get some money.
Yeah,
Pacquiao,
bro.
What the fuck, bro?
Pacquiao, Ricky Hatton, like, yo,
Floyd.
Go home, bro. Go home.
Right.
What the fuck?
I'll defend my man Pacquiao a little bit here. He's going after the shitty ass 147 division and shitty ass Barrios. Like, who cares?
I was watching the shoulder program for the Tim Zoo and Fundo, bro. I'm excited. I can't wait for that fucking
I'm
fight.
excited too. My dick is hard, bro. Like
Let me
right
see.
now.
Let me see.
That's crazy.
I could have done without knowing that.
Shout out to Mexican Killer. Didn't David himself? No, verdad. Eso es lo que estoy diciendo, manín. Y'all had $8 million for Bivol. Y'all got $1 trillion for Canelo, but you couldn't afford Callum Smith.
Hey, they were going to give Canelo the Mexican TV rights.
Okay. This is the shit I'm saying, that there's too many games in America. Y lo que me gusta from the UK is, yo, tú sabes lo que? They want to fight, bro. Yeah, Fabio wants to fight. Derek wants to fight. You know what I'm saying? Esa gente quiere pelear. But the American boxer, he don't want to fight. He want to rap. He want to sell real estate. He want to open up una bodega, barbershop.
The only thing that Derek wants in this life is to fight, motherfucker.
Yes, bro. That's his whole life. Is I gotta fight, bro. You know what I'm saying? That dude is amazing, but I love him for that. Like, yo, dog, that's those is the boxes that you sit around and tell your kids about. Like, yo, this is just the fightingest ass motherfucker in the history of fighting, bro. That's all he wants is to fight.
When he's not fighting, he's exposing fucking Jared Miller.
Yo, yeah, the way he exposed the shit out of him, bro. He put him in his place, bro. Like, yo, yeah, like you fucking up. You know what I
Who
mean?
exposed Miller?
Fucking Derek Chisora. I'll be right back after these commercial messages.
Yeah, not like
Yeah,
America
but,
Bucks, who likes to go
honestly,
on Ariel
but-
Helwani's show and just be talking shit about Inoue. Like, oh god, when Shakur was like, "Who did he beat besides Fulton?" Like, motherfucker, old man Donaire is better than anyone on your resume. Kiss my ass.
Yeah,
Listen, bro. Listen, bro. This new generation of I hate to say it, but like this new generation of like mostly black fighters got sold on that bullshit sweet science from Flomo. Like they believe that hype. They believe the fucking pity pad jab and stay away and protect your O. Like they forgot that back in the day, like black fighters were fucking killers. I'm talking about Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, fucking Joe Frazier, Leonard Hagler, Ray Robinson.
No,
Like
fuck
they
that.
were
Even the
fucking killers, bro. And
Even the
now
slick black
one
fighters
motherfucker,
even the slick black fighters of yesteryear were killers. James Toney, like
Herb like bro, like these motherfuckers were out there. They understood the assignment. Like, okay, I'm not trying to get hit, obviously, because I don't want to get hit. It's not fun to get hit, but I'm looking to fucking hurt the other motherfucker because that's what they're paying me to do. Like, these motherfuckers believe that stupid bullshit, sweet science bullshit from Floyd, and it went to shit.
no, just show a picture video of Devin Haney doing his sweet science with Ramirez, and then show Pernell Whitaker going crazy on someone in the pocket and swinging up
Exactly.
Like, it ain't even the
Another
same
thing you
thing.
pointed out though about Floyd is that him being a catalyst away from his art. Yeah, I seen fighters. You know, they're like so branded out because with these fake promotional companies, I'm like, yo, what the money they're asking for? Listen, they're never gonna get it. Before anything, they're gonna file for Chapter 11 before that happens.
Yeah,
like they're not even gonna fucking work for the money.
The model of the old day fighters was, which one's the referee? Because I'm gonna kill the other motherfucker. That was their motto, man. You know, they went in there and fucking took care of business. These dudes today, they ain't
No,
like
but
that.
sadly, I don't think nobody is retiring from the sport anytime soon. As long as fucking Turkey is around, they're gonna try to say maybe they're gonna take a break for a couple of years, but they're gonna come back because for now there is too much money in the sport. Courtesy of Turkey Alachik.
Yeah, but
I think the only guys they're gonna retire, I think, is gonna be Canelo, maybe Crawford, maybe.
Yo, he's 37. I think he's gonna retire, bro.
Crawford is not fighting again after September, bro. He's done.
Yeah, win or lose, he's out of there. But
He's gonna get beat up.
What I'm saying is, maybe a guy takes a break for a couple of years, and he comes back. If there is money, if Turkey is paying, they're gonna come back because there's too much money. That's my point.
Maybe, but maybe because after like I said, after Canelo's gone, then Turkey's not going to be able to put on these money fights or these big money fights because he's a businessman. I'm pretty sure as a businessman or any fucking person, any sane person doesn't want to lose money. He's not going to just keep doing that.
Yeah, but
no, man, you have to understand, Turkey's not a businessman. He's legitimately royalty.
And you've been saying this about Canelo, but like, yo, I've seen like 3 cars that don't even have Canelo on them, and he put up the money for them. He was putting up a decent amount of money for cars before Canelo was on them. He's only done 1 card with Canelo.
Yeah, and don't forget, Manny Pacquiao is coming back.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I'm not gonna lie to you, Lee. That dude's not the same cash magnet.
No. What I'm telling you is, if those motherfuckers that's coming up from out of the retirement, because, and let's be honest, it's more than Mario Barrios. He is hoping for a Turkey payday. That's what he's hoping for.
And Turkey is a money mark, so like
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
But
Can
but
I
at
ask this?
some
Is it because he's what's it called? Because he sees the money, or is it because he's broke?
Because he's
Well, I
broke.
think it
Both.
can be both.
he's broke, it
Because
has to be that.
I don't think he will come back for a couple of grand. But yeah, the opportunity is there, and the necessity it might be also there.
I think
But
once Canelo retires, he has too much pride to come back. Fuck that. He's
Or he's
done.
gonna be, I believe he's gonna be smart enough to be like, yo, I made my money, I'm good. Fuck that.
yeah, but
They
the only
undefeated.
guys that can really say
Yo,
that is Canelo and
Why the
Joshua and
fuck do
Usyk.
motherfuckers not put refried beans in tortas and burritos and put pinto beans? I hate that shit.
what's wrong with these? What? They're
No,
putting.
Chipotle?
I'm at a Mexican restaurant that's
Yeah.
it's
No, you went
Tacomo
to Chipotle.
Taqueria, but I like refried beans in my torta and my burrito, not pinto beans.
What's wrong with them?
Que
Fuck.
no?
The pinto
Yeah,
beans fall out, bro. The pinto beans fall out. The refried beans stay in.
Union, man.
Exactly.
like come on now. Shit. that's
Now I
like
like
that's
my
like
I like now I do I'm fucking paisa. I do like mixing my pinto beans with my fideo. That should be fire.
Mm.
that's like a motherfucker wanting a turkey burger or a beef burger. It's like
Bro, if
no.
I ever hear motherfuckers say that shit, I'm gonna kick him out. I want a turkey burger, bro. The
Yeah,
fuck
get the
wrong with
fuck out of
him?
here, bro.
I
Fuck
really
out
want
of
to
here,
want a
bro.
turkey
I want
burger.
head through a
Go to
Now
hell.
Dominicans, you guys do a lot of black beans, you know?
Yeah. I put pico de gallo in my shit. I put minced garlic in my shit. You know, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of vinegar, oregano. Stir my shit up real nice.
You
Comes
know,
out fucking beautiful.
I do a mix. I do half black, half pinto, man.
or you
I
do
do
the
the black
interracial
beans more than
beans.
anything. Yeah, shout out to interracial beans, bro. Come
You
on.
know, every time I start talking shit about the people in England eating beans with toast, I sit that one now, bro. Because I'm gonna eat beans for breakfast, Mexican.
No,
That's not even beans.
Yeah,
That's
but we don't
soup.
put it on toast, bro. We don't put
I
it on
like
toast.
My
something
nigga,
really good for you, dude.
if I wake up eating fucking beans, shoot me, please. Just shoot me. Like,
No, but if you
nah.
got it,
The
no,
fuck
Jules,
is
if you
going
got it,
on?
if you got it in a
Mexicans like to
bolillo with
fart at
no, if you got a
11
bolillo
a.m.
with queso fresco and you got your beans, that's fire, bro.
With a side
Well,
of jalapeno.
I mean, like our breakfast is different. We get the what was the name of that cheese? I always used to
Tropicana.
Tropical.
Tropical.
I used to get that shit. Make some salchichon, some tostones for breakfast or lunch, which depending on when you wake up is pretty much the same fucking thing. That would be my breakfast. But beans for breakfast, bro? Yeah, cut my
Now,
fucking head off, bro.
have you had the pinto beans where they do the pork in it and it's marinated? Like,
I've had
no,
that.
our shit.
I've had that. That shit is good. That shit is
Bro,
good with
you
the
should
pork.
you guys should eat fava beans, man. They're so healthy for you. They have a lot
Yeah,
of protein
fava beans are good,
and a
man.
lot of fiber.
Fava
Dude,
beans, bro. Man, fuck that
dude, they
shit.
have it's like it's
Nice
like 10
healthy.
grams of protein per serving with 10 grams
Really?
of fiber. Yeah,
On
it's like the
on
most
that
healthy
note,
beans, man.
on that note, I might get it because
Dude.
this eating shit, like you gotta eat like a motherfucker when you working out, dog. You gotta eat
Yeah,
like
man, it's good to like supplement it with your protein.
yeah.
Hey, you want to hear a good recipe that I just heard of recently?
Mm.
You get make buffalo bone broth, right? You crack it open and you add in Three Sisters squash, beans, and corn to it, and add a little meat to it.
Let me see
Dude,
that.
that
That
shit
looks
is
good.
good.
Oh,
That looks good.
Oh, that looks
Oh yeah,
good.
that's right there. That's that, and that's the torta right now.
Oh shit!
Oh,
You
cool.
fucking bastard! You making me hungry, bro. And it's fucking late out here. I can't buy nothing.
Hey, watch out with the red sauce, bro. Don't do it.
Oh, you know me, undefeated. You know us, bro. If we're not sweating and our nose ain't running, it's not hot enough, bro.
Yeah,
Yo,
it's,
I just see
No,
the
you can't in that picture, man.
Yo, that's
Oh, you just saw that, yeah.
Slow Joe Shakur.
They did that dude crazy, bro. But yo, I think he's gonna honestly think he's gonna have a good performance on Saturday. I actually do. I'm
hope-
getting more convinced that he's gonna have a good performance.
I hope he doesn't.
Why is
I hope he
that?
loses.
It's because I could see how he does it now. I couldn't see how he would do it before, but I could see how he does it now. Just stepping around him and punching him in between. And then if William gets timid, yeah, Shakur wins the fight.
He better
Just
do it
stepping
because
around
he's been talking a lot of shit, especially
I
in that
agree.
Area
You know
20
what
show.
else? You know why I think he is? Because Jay Prince told him, motherfucker, you don't fuck him up, we don't get no money, and I want my money.
Honestly, yeah. Like this is this fight, because they asked the question, Adele Oladipo and Ariel Helwani, they had a video segment where they asked, yo, who's under more pressure? Shakur by a wide margin. The Mexican fighter does not need an unbeaten record to be marketable, to be in a position. They don't need that. You need that. You lose? Yeah, the Americans throw you in the garbage, bro. That's what they
especially
do.
especially with that style you got. Shit.
Yeah. Motherfuckers not gonna want to fight you because of your style. Fans not really gonna want to see you because of your style. And they still stuck on in America, that's the most important shit to them. That once you lose, they throw you in the garbage. That's how they are. So yeah, Shakur under pressure, like you gotta win though. You gotta win.
But like if they actually do push for that, point deduction rule or whatever, that's a good thing because like like if you tell them like after the first warning, but like listen, this is your first and only warning. You don't engage or you hug too much or you're fucking just staying away, running a track meet. We're gonna start deducting points, and they're gonna get that first warning, and then he knows, oh shit, I gotta stop because if not, all of a sudden they're gonna dig themselves a hole and they're not gonna win the decision because you're just gonna
I
keep
don't
losing
think they'll
points.
do that.
No, no,
I
no,
don't
no.
think they'll do
Porque
that.
también, tú sabes lo que es. They don't have to do the point deduction porque eso es demasiado dramático. But you know what they can do? Stop giving them the decision.
Yep.
Fuck them on the cards.
Yeah, but no, you can't.
No, you can't. You can't. Manin, ¿cómo que you can't? They did it to Rigo. They did it to
Wait,
Rigo years ago.
wait. But
They did it. Espera. They did it to Rigo con Casimiro. They did it to Sandor Martin con Teofimo in front of the whole fucking country, by the way, on the biggest sports network in the country. They did it to Jermaine Ortiz. Now,
Lara.
when you start doing it to the Shakurs, to the Devons, eso va a mandar el mensaje that stop fighting like a bitch.
Fucking.
Stop.
They did it
wait,
to
but
Oscar when he
how are
fought
you gonna?
Trinidad.
But how are you gonna tell three supposedly neutral people to fucking read the fight that way? They're not gonna read
Commission
the
has to
fight that.
recognize it as a rule.
Bro,
Because those refs are gonna
Manin,
two out of those three refs.
You saw Shiraz con este tipo con
Yes, I agree
¿verdad?
that Shiraz was bullshit.
Ellos le dijeron esos jueces. They told them, bro, Shiraz don't lose today. If he don't win, he don't win, but he don't lose today. You could tell them that same shit. Yo, if this dude spends the whole fight spinning around the ring doing like he ice skating, he loses the round.
Also, you're assuming an infallibility that refs have, which is magical. Like they refs get shit wrong all the time. What if they start deducting points to people, even if they're not really considered running? Like it's bullshit.
Exactly.
No.
And you're forgetting the old saying. You're forgetting the old saying. Fighters fight for today. Judges judge for tomorrow. They want another job.
Yeah. Hold on. No, but I meant when they deducting points. I meant what I was alluding to is the ref's gonna be like, all right, time, take a point from that fighter. Time, take a point from that fighter.
Yeah, but
because then at that point,
the optics of that are worse. See, a judge fucks up, right? And yeah, you're mad on Sunday, and then by the next Saturday, you fucking forgot about it, bro. Look at what happened to Ryota Murata con este tipo. And one of the worst decisions I've ever seen. Like, how did y'all score that for Endom? But guess what? People don't even talk about it today. So the real way you make that boring ass shit go away is stop rewarding these boring ass fighters, bro. That's it.
Fellas, you don't think now
agreed.
But you don't think these judges listen, you don't think these judges now are used to the turkey bag of like, I get a first class flight. I'm going to all these cards. This is the only guy investing money in boxing. Why am I gonna fuck that up?
Be professional,
bro. I go to Saudi. I get fucking oil put on my balls, bro. I get fucking different oils.
but you guys are still alluding to leaving it up to those three people. I don't want it to be left up to those three people because the moment the ref stops the fight, whether it be in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th round, whatever it is, and he says time. That fighter's holding, or he's whatever. Take a point, and let's say he does it again in the second, and let's say he does it in the next round, and then in the next round, he just lost 3 rounds in a row.
Hang on, brother.
No.
I can't get on with that because when we're talking about the refs here, how many times have you seen the ref go, okay, that's a warning, then that's a warning, then the next round.
I'm gonna tell you. Go back to Frank Bruno versus Mike Tyson 2, right? Frank Bruno got 1 trillion fucking warnings about the constant holding in the second fight. And he kept doing it. He still kept doing it. fuck the warnings. If you come into the fight with the understanding, you know, you do that shit, you're gonna lose. They're not gonna fight that way. That will
Agreed.
stop.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Another thing that we can attribute to the Mayweather era, even though I don't think he was as bad as these kids are with that shit. Like you go back, watch the fights, you'll see he wasn't as bad as Devin was with Jose Ramirez or Shakur was with Edwin De Los Santos. It was never that bad, right?
Yeah, right.
But a part of the Mayweather era was fighters got comfortable with all these lulls in the action, all these quiet. You didn't. I swear to God, before the Mayweather era, you didn't see that shit, bro. You did not. In no big time fight did you see that bullshit. Lulls in the action. Guerrero, like, bro, the Guerrero fight, yeah, that was a terrible fight. It was a snoozer, bro. Nothing happened in that fight. And the byproduct of that is you got more young fighters in this era that got comfortable with this fence and fiddle bullshit. So once you show them, you know, if you do that, you're not going to win, right? You know, it's over for that. They will stop fighting that way. You only fight in that way because you saw Mayweather win doing that bullshit. That's what you tell yourself. Mayweather won doing that bullshit. I'm going to do that bullshit. As soon as you fucking realize, yeah, the judge is not going to give you a decision for that shit. So
yeah, and that style isn't resulting in, like, you know, a growth in how many sales you get. It's not resulting in more fans or more pay-per-view sales.
We need 3 Adeline birds for that fight Saturday.
For real, yo. You know what I'm saying? Better fight, motherfucker. That's the bottom line. That boxing in America has so many problems, infrastructure problems, quality control problems, cost feasibility problems. These are not problems in the Japanese boxing scene, the Mexican boxing scene, the British boxing scene, even the Australian. These are not problems in other markets. They're only problems here because, for whatever reason, American egos are out of control. You got guys getting booed in their own city, and they still think they God's gift of boxing. They still think.
And Jules, is this even a problem in the women's American boxing scene? Not really, right?
No. So as soon as you start checking these motherfuckers, which is why I say the fighters have too much autonomy. You need to put these motherfuckers in their place. Yes, bring back the mob, bring back dick in the booty contracts, bring back throwing shoes and popcorn and beer at motherfuckers. A lot of shit has stopped real fucking fast. A lot of shit.
These fighters act like they're putting up their money.
Look at Teofimo, my dude. You've been a 5,000 seater motherfucker your whole career, bro. You peaked at Hulu Theater, but you still got it in your head they supposed to break the piggy for you, even though you can't sell more than 5,000 tickets. You can't.
They get to have their own promotional outfit, and someone else is always fitting the bill, like Devin Haney Promotions. Like,
DHP,
you're paying for it, Devin?
DHP, sponsored in part by Johnson and Johnson. You know what I'm saying,
bro? Bob really lost his touch because look what Tell did, and look what Mikey did. Look what Bob did to Mikey. Sit his ass out for what, 3-4 years?
It's more that it's not that Bob lost his touch. It's that what you could get away with changed. You know, back in the day, you could have 4-way fucked the guy, and who was gonna do something about it? Nobody. But you know, shit got more legitimate. Motherfuckers lawyered up. You can't fuck the fighters like you used to before. You can't. Bob probably fucked over a lot of fighters before, but now you can't really do that now.
Think about it. Who did Joe Louis win the belt from? His first title. Schmeling.
Max Schmeling.
And you know, and a part of the contract was if he beat Max get a piece of Joe's fights going forward, like the next 10 fights. We need that shit. We need that back.
We need dick in the booty contracts back, bro.
That's like segregation shit.
Think about that. You beat my ass. I'm still getting paid.
Bring back fucked up contracts.
Oh, that's Jim Crow Jules talking now.
Or a
Did you say Jim Crow Jills?
Jules.
Or a simpler way, like, listen, bro, winner gets this much, draw gets this much, loss gets this much. Now you got to go out there and win.
Ariel Helwani talked to Shakur about winners' bonuses, and once again, Shakur's not for it. It's like, this is the problem. You have too much say so. You basically don't want an incentive to entertain the crowd because you don't want to understand that is your job. No
Right.
crowd, no money, no sport. You don't understand that. You got to entertain these people. You not the boxers got it in their head almost, the American ones really. You got it in your head that you a soldier. You're not a soldier. You're not a municipal servant. You're not providing a valuable service to the nation. You are an entertainer. That's what you are. Is it difficult and dangerous? Yes, but that's what you are. You're an entertainer.
You know how much
But on the
American
other hand, though,
football-
Jules, you also consider though, like I think he's looking at it from the angle of the reward they do get is like the cut of the pay-per-view sales, whereas in Dana's worldview, that reward doesn't belong to the fighters; it belongs to the company. You know what I mean?
I get that, but Dana's system of a winner's bonus for someone who scores a knockout, it does make for a more entertaining sport, doesn't it?
It does, but they're also not
plus
getting
the
their
fighter.
bonus from the pay-per-view, so it kind of like scuttles that. Like in order for that to work, you got to deny them their pay-per-view money.
But we have also established that pay-per-view money is not what it was anyway, so that can't be an anchor for anything. If the anchor for things is the imaginary upside of the pay-per-view, buddy, have you been paying attention? None of these shits have an upside.
Yeah, I
None
think
of them.
I think the right answer is less pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Do you
Shout out
remember?
to James J. Braddock, the Cinderella Man. I remember James J. Braddock. That's a great movie.
Do you remember? Do you remember after Shakur's fight in his hometown, and they were booing him, and like the next day they interviewed him, and he said he didn't care about the fans, bro. And now look at the tickets for this shit next door to your home state, bro. Like
Exactly.
people are tired of him.
Well, no, Shakur actually moved tickets in New Jersey. This is New York.
Bro, the shit
Yeah,
is
I'm
that
saying,
if no,
this is
listen,
Edgar.
no, listen to me. If they fucked with you like that, they will cross the George Washington Bridge to keep fucking with you.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing.
Newark is not that far from Manhattan, bro. I
It's
used to
like
live
40.
in
It's
Newark.
like 40 minutes, 30 minutes top.
Bro, fat bitches
Motherfuckers
give
do it
great.
every day for
Yo,
work.
wait, shut the fuck up. Fat bitches give great head in Newark, bro. Fuck with a fat bitch.
Damn,
I
you have
get
no
that,
standards.
but the ticket price is different in New York.
You been there before, Julian?
I'm telling, bro. I used to live in Newark for a little while. I'm telling you, if they fuck with Shakur, you don't understand that. Tito Trinidad, among the Porter Rocks in New York, bro, they was gonna come from wherever, Bushwick, Brooklyn, the Bronx, LES, La Marqueta on the east side, to fuck with them, bro. When they fuck with you, they fuck with you. Shakur, they don't fuck with you like that. And a part of it is one. They know your ass don't get knockouts. Like, yeah, you don't, like, not really.
Yo, can I ask you a question? Because I was there last year at the Prudential Center. They literally walked out on him, bro. Are you telling me that if they would have had it back there, this weekend in Newark, they would have came back?
No.
By me, yo, no. I'm gonna be real. That if it's me, and I just don't understand this shit. Yo, dog, William is fucking Mexican. He's an action fighter. Why the fuck y'all doing this in New York? I'm sorry. I'd have took that motherfucker to LA. I'd have took it even to the west or the southwest, because American boxing right now, that's where it is. In the west or the southwest. New York is not a fight town no more. It's not. It used to be. It's not no more. I'd have took that motherfucker over there.
How much does New York charge just for like the union, the workers? Like they butt fuck you, don't they?
Yes,
That's why a lot of boxing don't land there no more. It's too fucking expensive to do it. But moreover,
Bro, you can't even go to the city without getting told anymore. Like it used to be.
you got congestion pricing now.
Yeah. Like once you get to a certain part of the city, there's plenty of cameras, all over. Just anytime you go across that threshold, your fucking license plate is getting scanned, and you're getting a ticket or you're getting an invoice.
So they
from
got
the
as
mail.
many cameras in New York like they do in China now, like Beijing, huh?
Yeah.
But you got to think though, they had the union worker of boxing on the card. They have Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, like Dominican fighters.
Look,
so you got to put it anywhere.
Nah, I know. Look, I know they got. I see what they thought. That you got the body Edgar in there. You got the body Matias, Shakur half. You thinking that? But look, it's not rocking. It's not. To me, I would have did it in the island of Puerto Rico before I would have did it in New York. I would have did
agree.
it in the island of Puerto
See,
Rico.
Or even
and the
Florida at
reason I
that point.
say New Jersey, like maybe not Newark, but maybe Atlantic City, just because boxing's been there recently and it's done
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They
AC,
could have did this in
AC.
Philadelphia, bro. Philadelphia.
Well,
you're putting,
you
like,
know,
I'm
you
not
don't, you
saying-
don't go to Philadelphia if you don't fucking have to, bro. Fuck
No,
that.
but I'm just saying, like, I'm just saying, like, we're assuming that it's New York is always gonna be the hub. Like the last, like, I'm not saying Boots is a
Did you see the
superstar,
fucking
but he's
shootout they just had in Philly? Did you see the shootout they? Like, yeah, I'm not.
Oh,
lying.
that shit was
they had
crazy.
sports, but they paid to go see boxing though.
I'm pretty sure Berlanga would have moved some tickets in Puerto Rico.
Like I'm not saying
No,
They could have done it. They could have done it in Florida.
Matia y Berlanga. Yeah, they would have moved some tickets in Puerto Rico.
Amanda moves more tickets in Puerto Rico than Edgar, bro. Like, think about this.
Honestly, yeah.
Think about now, bro. You
is
guys
half
are
Puerto Rican.
forgetting. You guys are forgetting when Top Rank wanted to honor Cotto and have him watch Berlanga. Cotto left after they honored him and didn't even stay to watch Berlanga, bro. They don't fuck with him like that.
They don't fuck with him like that, bro. They don't
Bro,
fuck with him like that.
Friday night's fight with the girls is gonna be the best fight of the weekend. Mark my words.
I agree with that. That I agree that the card and it, like I said, I don't do it to be nice. The virtue signal. I'm telling you, the card on Friday is gonna be more action on Friday than on Saturday. It's gonna be more action. Yeah,
Man,
bro,
if-
these
if
are the
Katie-
this is
again.
the closest 2-0 trilogy I've ever seen. Like the fights are close.
I'm expecting Alicia to get the knockout of the night.
yeah. I'm expecting her to get a knockout. Savannah might get a knockout. Amanda might get a knockout.
Bro,
she
what?
might.
Okay,
hang on.
over,
Hang on.
real
If
quick.
Katie wins
Over
the third
or
fight,
under?
if,
Go ahead.
if Katie wins the third fight, I'm gonna have a petition right now. Both the Serrano sisters have to call Katie mommy from now on because
I'm
she's
gonna
beaten. She's
Bro, Serrano won the second fight.
That's what I'm. That they looked, man. I fuck with them both, but I think Amanda won that second fight. Bro, I don't know how she didn't get a decision, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Bro, I could have
I
swore
know,
Amanda
I know
won.
how. The problem was that look, I know Amanda is great at what she does, and if you're gonna look the punch sets like a casual, because it's a really it's a casual thing to do, to look the punch sets. Yeah, you will think that Amanda won. The problem is Amanda is great, but there was something that Amanda didn't show in that second fight, and
But
he
Katie-
actually did. Can I finish?
Yeah.
Ooh, Leo. Hell yeah. I love when Leo get like that.
I love that, Leo.
Spicy.
No, but
Che Guevara.
there's something that Amanda showed, even if it showed it better in the first fight, that was non-present in the second fight. Defense. Amanda wasn't blocking on touching nothing on that second fight. It was just pushing forward and throwing combinations. Taylor, at least, he was putting a high guard. At least he was trying to slip the jab. At least he was trying to cover himself. Amanda didn't care. And it even if he outland Taylor, he took everything with the face.
Yeah, but Katie was doing all that and still getting hit though.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
she
but
got
at
she got
least-
landed
You
on.
know what I mean? Like I feel like
at
we're splitting
least
hairs.
Taylor was. I'm telling you, this is the only. Reason
I
to
see
give
what you're
Taylor the
saying.
fight.
She didn't
Yeah.
go to that next gear.
No, what I'm saying is Amanda didn't show any defense. I know he was trying to steamroll Taylor, but by doing that, it didn't really work because he didn't stop her, and he took every fucking punch. At least Taylor was trying to show a defense to the
No
judge.
me sorprendo. No me sorprende if she knocks Katie out on Friday.
Did you see Katie's neck though? Fuck.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that.
Bro, but
I wouldn't be
Were
surprised.
you expecting her to? Because she hurt Katie in the first fight.
That's exactly
and we
what I
didn't
was
see that
gonna
in the
say.
second fight.
No, she did. She heard it,
She
but
hurt
it
him in
was
the second
very.
fight, yeah.
She heard it,
She
but
hurt
it was
Katie.
very, very, very early in the fight. That's why everybody forgot. It was like in the first or the second round.
But
She
that was
caught her real
Katie's
good with a
fault.
left
Yeah, I
hand.
thought Amanda won the first fight. I thought that
Bro,
was a more
she's
convincing
had
performance.
Katie hurt a whole gang of times. In the
Now,
trilogy.
serious question.
and they deducted a point from
over,
Katie.
over under 10 passive aggressive tweets that night from Clarissa Shields.
Oh, man, why you bringing
Oh,
up Clarissa
that's
Shields? Bro?
funny.
What do you think
I
about
was-
that, bro?
I was having.
Is
a
she
good
gonna
time,
even
and
be
that-
there? You think she'll be there?
Probably.
Probably.
I mean, no, de verdad, no, because she hates Jake too much. Bro, that
Okay.
broad is a fucking idiot, bro. Like you just a dumbass. Like you a dumbass broad, bro. You
Clarissa
draw
Shields is
more.
There's
allergic
less
to-
personal beefs getting away in
She's
business.
allergic to money.
You can't be saying that, Jules. Now you're anti-black women when you say that.
Yeah, well, whatever, bro. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about that. The bitch
You
is a
hate.
fucking.
You call ice
bitch
on
is a
Chavez
fucking.
Jr., Jules. You did.
The
I know
bitch
you
is a
did.
fucking. The bitch is a fucking moron. Like, yo, dog. You see how they living over there, bro? They about to get money over there, and you over here fighting in a fucking bingo hall against some girl from New Zealand.
B17. B17.
Like, what is wrong with you, Fit? Like, you can't really be that fucking dumb, man. Like,
Can she at least
she's
fight
the
mayor?
unified heavyweight champion, though.
Can she
With
at
a whole
least
bunch of
fight
belts
mayor,
and
bro?
He's fighting a fucking
nah, I
cat.
don't even want cause I don't want Michaela wasting time on Clarissa. Like, Michaela, like, I'm hoping, like, not for nothing. I got a soft spot for Michaela, right? Because you know what? Michaela always in a good ass fight. Always. Win or lose, she's always in a good ass fight. I hope she go to MVP because I'm like, damn, dog. Like, she really be putting on. She went to the UK. She did all the shit. Yo, she deserved money. I don't want to waste no time on Clarissa, man. Just go cut a rap album, bitch. Do your
She
thing.
got robbed too.
So what's gonna happen with Turkey hooking up with Jake? Use the crystal ball, Jules.
I mean, Canelo, Jake Paul. That's the first thing that came to mind. Like,
I hope
yo, don't be having orgasms on the live.
There's only
bro.
one guy
that's
allowed
not
to
an
moan
orgasm,
on the
brother.
fucking ring IQ.
That sounded like a fucking orgasm, bro.
Where
That
do
was
you
fucking
find
pain.
these? Where do
That
you
was
find these
fucking
fucking
pain.
moans, bro?
Bro, I watch a lot of porn, bro.
Can we get request? Can I get a Kobe Ty moan on one of the relays in?
I'm trying to get a
Nah, you
hentai
gotta put the
scene.
Alexis Texas one, the meme one.
I'm trying to put a hentai scene in one of these joints. I'm
fucking
gonna hide it
Mr.
in
Yellow's
the corner.
gonna fucking bounty us for this shit. I know he is.
But yeah, yo. Anyway, I'm about to go to bed. I'm fucking tired. I see y'all on the next one. Y'all know I'm going live on Friday and I'm going live on Saturday. So y'all same bat time, same bat channel.
Have a good night, fellas.
Remember, Munguia's gonna be the